Hey, Chet, good evening. It's Monday, day six of APRocky's trial. And on the stand for a good portion of it so far is Relli. We're not done with him yet, Chet. We're not done with him yet. So here we go. And yes, we are doing locals later tonight. God, my hair looks like garbage. I'm glad I'm getting a haircut Thursday. So anyway, Chet, that is what we're doing. We are going to move right into it. Guys, remember, APRocky is a rapper, and he's accused of pulling a gun out and shooting at his buddy, Relli. Relli's argument is that it was a real gun. Rocky's argument and claim is that it wasn't a real gun, and therefore under California law, because they said he used a gun in the charging document, he is therefore not guilty. So it's about a specificity of the indictment. So we'll see what happens. So far, though, I mean, we talked about so far, Relli is not a reliable witness. He's not very reliable about what happened. He wanted $30 million to shut up about this. So, yeah, we'll see about this. Also, actually, the DOE is going bye-bye. Don't like that because the DOE we need a Department of Energy. That said, though, guys, my trial's set for Monday. We actually pled out today. Prosecutor ran into him at the courthouse. He's like, hey, can we work on this? What do you want to do? And I told him, here's our position. It's a position we've had the whole time. He's like, okay, fine, I'll agree to that. So we got what we wanted. My guy's happy. He's only going to prison for 1 year versus like 3. So it's good. It's not his first time going to prison either, so he'll be all right. But yes, so we don't have a trial Monday. So I'll be, if this keeps going, we'll be able to do this. So yeah, we aren't going to have to worry about that. So that's been kind of a good news today. We kind of had a good day today. We got what we wanted. I consider that a win. My client got what he was asking for and what he felt was fair, and we got it. So it does suck though, because I think we probably could have at trial, I think we would have gotten the court to agree with us that, it was breaking and entering ultimately. But, it's like, it's just kind of how it goes. Like, maybe we could have won. But, my guy didn't have to take the chance. We got what we wanted without having to risk it all. So there we go. Anyway, guys, here we go. It's time. APRocky, here we go, chat. All right. So remember, they are 3 hours behind us. So, remember, it says 3:13 p.m. Pacific time. They are 3 hours behind us. So we are going to catch up to that pretty quickly because they took like a 2.5 hour lunch break. I mean, like, they were on break for quite a while, chat. So here we go.
So you can start even though your client's not
Yes.
All right, according to Mr. Tackett, it's okay. We're back on the record. The parties counsel. Jurors are present, except Mr. Mayers is not present for the moment, and that's agreeable with you.
Yes, it is.
All right, Mr. Ephron is on the stand. We'll hear questions.
Thank you. Mr. Ephron, did you call me yesterday to correct something about your testimony last week?
Yes.
And what was it specifically that you wanted to correct for the jury?
So I think on Cross talked to him actually, Miss talked to him actually about a shooting range that I went to in Los Angeles. I forget the date, but that was 2 weeks prior to me texting Rocky, and I was there on a business trip, finalizing my jewelry company that I had when I was staying.
Let me stop.
Business partner.
The exhibit that you're talking about, was that a video that was played when you at a shooting range?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and are you saying that, what was it that you did over the weekend to help you refresh your memory on where that video was captured?
Well, I went through my Instagram story because I didn't understand the question he asked. It was too fast. It was 3 years ago. I didn't know I needed homework.
So you went back through Instagram to look at the video surrounding that to figure out where that video was shot?
Correct.
And it was from that you figured out that you were in Los Angeles at that time?
Yes, I was.
Do you remember the date that video was captured?
think it was,
Well, I think the testimony on cross was that it was captured on October 19th of 2021. Does that sound right?
no, that's correct.
And when you went back and looked at the video, was that what you observed as well?
Yeah, I seen, I had a story mode with a bunch of pictures, and I had multiple guns, not 2 guns he showed. I had a lot of guns on the table that I was using.
So my question though was that the video was shot on October 19th, correct?
Yes, it was.
You said you were here on business, correct?
Yes,
What, do you remember what day you flew in?
16.
So October 16th, 2021?
Yes,
And after the video was shot, did you leave Los Angeles prior to this incident that we've been talking about in November?
say that again, please.
Yes, so you fly in on October 16th.
Yeah.
The video was shot October 19th. When did you next leave Los Angeles?
The 20th.
Of October?
Yes,
Okay. And when you flew out of Los Angeles, was that also, where did you fly to, do you know?
including New York. And then a few days later, I went to North Carolina.
Chad, I don't know why it's frozen here. Hold on. Remember, like the
A
I don't
commercial
know.
flight?
It was.
Okay.
I don't know why it phrases up like that, guys. But remember, Relli tried to claim, "Oh, I never shot a gun before," and there's video of him on his Instagram doing bop, 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 bop at a range. So a lot of shit he's gonna have to fix now.
You were asked questions on cross-examination about what was contained in certain police reports. Do you know what's contained in the police reports?
No,
Have you read the police reports?
no,
Did you have any control over what the police wrote in the report? And if I may just clarify before you answer that, for instance, did the police officers read back to you, here's what I'm going to put in the report before they wrote their reports?
no,
Do you know what is captured in all of the surveillance video that was collected in this case?
no.
Have you had an opportunity to watch all of the video, or have you only been shown snippets or short clips from the videos?
I was showing short clips and very few. I didn't see much.
Okay. Your Honor, I have my next exhibit, a DVD with a transcript.
It's transcript?
It's a DVD with a transcript.
All right, the DVD will be 24. The transcript will be 25. And,
Yes, sir.
make sure everybody gets one. Yes, sir. You will have it?
You don't, Your Honor?
They don't, or?
Oh, they do. That's it. You do not.
Right, I don't.
I will give you. The video is the only file contained on this March 24th, and I have it up there. It is, I believe that says 12 minutes and 56 seconds, Your Honor. I'm just going to play the video all the way.
You want to, you should ask him if he knows what it is.
I will do that afterwards, but I have it paused here at the very beginning, Mr. Ephron. Do you recognize what you see there?
Yeah, I'm looking at a video.
Are you depicted in that video?
Yeah.
Which one are you? You can point it out for us. Okay. I think you indicated the only person in the video wearing a hat specifically has, it looks like a red brand on it.
Yes.
And if the date stamp at the bottom here says December 17, 2021, I know dates are hard for you to recall, but does sound about right on when you first watched the event video these days?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, would you trust the date stamp over your own memory?
Yeah.
And the two people that we see at the bottom of the screen, do you know what either of their role is in this case?
I think they're just detectives, Medifine and Flores.
Oh, you remember their names too. Okay.
Yeah.
So would Flores be the one more towards the center of the screen, and Menifee be the one in the far bottom right-hand corner?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, here, I'm going to play the video.
drive now, this is the street. It's no corners in there. Two state police. It's going to approve.
Ah!
Because this is a forward lens camera. This is a building we have. That location. This is the stop sign. We're taking all, so the street up. Okay, that is where you guys go nothing from. Okay. So right now it's 22. Oh, yeah, you go to everything. 22, 12. So as you're walking, you can describe who's walking here. Rocky's the first one in the head. It's really, it was on the side of me telling me, like, because they're listening to what I'm saying. Like, we're talking, like, I'm going to let them have it. Right, you're ready. Yeah. So then, I think 12 was a little bit more closer to me. Before he shoots, the shot ricocheted and hit me. And then once it ricocheted, that's when he shot down every time, too. He shot down. So the second time, but then he was not trying to shoot down the second time, because when I had arrows like this, he just running close and trying to shoot around those. Alright, so we're down to that point to see what kind of cruise it's not. It's a great picture, but let's see what you can kind of best see. You see me come in and grab the bullets too. You see me go right. Okay, it's really big out. You can see clears, you can see the activity, that's right. For sure, too, I didn't want to go, like, he said, but I'm not going to go to the cops right away. I didn't want to go to the cops. Okay, we'll talk about that in the next sense.
Hold on, guys. If I start messing with the sound, then you guys can't hear anything. Sorry. I wasn't expecting to be that loud. You guys will have to kind of adjust on your own. Don't worry. It blew out my ears, too. Sorry. Sorry about that.
They have a clear degree because they have a brain here. There you go. So you see the oh shit. You got the wood? James, I told you Jamel ran. He ran and looked around the corner. It was the one that I was holding. See how he turned around and just started coming to the shoe? Go back right there. Get the time here. Alright, looks like they was committed in 22/16/51. So the first Christmas season was Ricky. Yeah, it's Ricky. If you did it, then alright. We're just going to look more somewhere behind it, looks like he's around there. And then there's two armed visions. So the first thing we do is that's 12 runs. He's still trying to show who's that. Oh, I'm going to do it. Rocky runs. That's Rocky runs. Yeah, that's Rocky runs. And that's 12. And that's when the girls arguing. They're arguing, playing to. One side of the screen, close to the intersection where you guys came through. Is that looking up? Yeah, I'm going to take that one. And then he had words. After that, he had a mad snot in front of his eyes. He said, "Women's got me killed." And I said, "I don't know this fucking guy. What the fuck are you talking about?" I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I'm sure you'd be emotional too after that. Alright. So, you do that too?
Okay, so Rocky.
I still can't make out the activity. It's so crazy, but it's right. The reason the rabbit and showed on is because he's shooting at me. He shot me the first time.
So when you say at the stop sign, is that the
that's what it is. Yeah. When I turn my mom turns, Rocky turns around.
Okay, at the stop sign.
Damn, this is the first idea. Okay. 22/17. You see three roughly scrambling around here.
So she's at the stop sign. There's
Just yes, that's it. Okay, so I'm literally grabbing those every which way. You can see the back of my hoodie. Like that's why it was so bad because I'm literally tossing every which way Rocky's trying to run me. You can see the back of my hoodie. I'm everywhere. I'm like in the back of the street, around the street. Okay. Cool. Next clip.
6 minutes and 3 seconds on the video player. Up to that point, the video that you were shown, is that the video from a distance that shows the corner of Selma and Vista Del Mar that's blurry?
Yes.
Okay. And we keep moving.
It's channel 5 of this Bar. So it's going to be the same location, different angle of the camera. It's going to be positioned a little bit on the other side of the building. So this just kind of faces the thing. As the street kind of curves around, it still faces the street. So when you see the people run away, you identify walking and then clubbing and then eventually goes walking. We'll see if we can kind of identify these people as they go by. Obviously, 10 minutes right there. It's only 22:17.
All right, chat. We're gonna skip ahead here because this is Relli just talking to the cops. Looks like it's December 17th of 2021. And they're at the camera and they're somewhere at one of the LAPD stations. I can't hear this and I don't need to listen to the I don't need to listen to the transformer going brrr. Because they're just going through the cameras and he's talking about what happened. So there we go.
Yes.
Mr. Tacopina asked you a lot of questions about specific times that certain events happened. Do you remember specific times that you sent text messages 3 years ago?
I don't even know. That's probably a week ago.
Do you remember specific dates that you took photographs?
Not 3 years ago.
Do you remember specific dates and times that you posted pictures to Instagram?
Not 3 years ago.
Are there many details that you have clear memory of in this case, but you can't say exactly what time things occurred, or even necessarily exactly what order things happened? Is that a correct statement?
I mean, if I was prepared and understood, yeah, I'd give an answer instead of not knowing.
Well, as this incident was happening, was this a traumatic incident to you?
It was.
Were there things about this incident that you were focusing on and things that you were not focusing on?
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah. Were you, when the defendant pulled the gun out on you, were you focused on the gun?
Yeah.
In that moment, were you focused on what Wellesley was doing?
I mean, I got a little glimpse, but I was mostly focused on Rakim.
Okay. Mr. Tacopina asked you about this photograph, April 17th. And I believe in his questioning of you, he asked you questions about either when the photograph was taken or when the injuries that you received in that photograph were from. I just want to clarify, do you remember the exact date that that picture was taken?
I do not. He didn't show me no time nor date.
Do you know if it was within a day or a couple days of the shooting in this case?
I know it was after the shooting because of my hand. I just wasn't able to see the time.
The injuries in that photograph, were those the injuries you sustained at the time of the shooting?
Yes, it was.
Okay. When he asked you questions about those injuries, either he asked you or you mentioned something from the ground. What were you talking about related to the ground when it came to those injuries?
Like a ricochet or something.
Like something bounced off the ground and hit your hand?
Yeah, I wasn't able to tell, but I know instantly my hand was hot. Like after the first shot.
At the moment you're saying that you felt your hand was hot, where was your hand in relation to the ground?
On my side.
So it wasn't on the ground.
No, it was on the ground.
Was it in the air?
Yeah, my hand was by my side.
Did you physically punch or strike Hills that night?
No.
Other than grabbing Hills by the sweatshirt, did you do anything else physical to Hills?
Nah, he was protecting me. Why would I, regardless of what I said to him, we could put it down the felon, he was literally protecting me.
Which is your dominant hand, your right or your left hand?
I mean, I would say yes.
And which hand was injured?
My left.
Okay. If you need me to pull up the surveillance video again, I will, but Mr. Ephron, at the moment the gun was fired, to your recollection of being there that night, was there anyone between the four of you who was acting like that gun was a fake gun?
Absolutely not.
Can you explain to the jury what you were doing with Ills in that moment when the gun was first pulled at the intersection of Vista Del Mar and Selma?
When he first got
I
pulled,
mean, it
Yes.
won't go off on you. The Glock will actually work.
I was just
No.
shocked that he pulled the gun, and it was so close to me after the first shot. I just instantly ran and grabbed it.
Did you?
I didn't know what he. No, it wasn't behind me. He was off to the side of me, so it was easy to grab.
And what did you do?
I used him as a shield, human shield.
How so?
I grabbed him up, put him in front of Rakim, every which way.
Between the two of you.
Yeah.
Mr. Tacopina has alleged that not only was that a prop gun that the defendant had that night, but that you knew that was a prop gun.
Stay.
Have you heard that there's an allegation that the gun used that night was a prop gun?
Can you say that
Dr.
again?
Brown's ready here, please.
I'll
I
go-
did one question. Have you heard?
So I'll ask the question again. Have you heard that there's an allegation that the defendant used a prop gun that night?
No, I never heard of a prop gun ever before in my life.
Never before.
Never before ever.
Well, you were asked questions on direct examination about a prop gun, correct?
From Tacopina, Mr. Tacopina?
No, when I asked you questions.
Okay.
So are you aware that there's an allegation in this case that the gun that the defendant had was a prop gun?
Objection. I believe it's the same.
Oh, wait, can you,
Hold on.
I can understand the question. Sorry.
Objection's overruled, it's still.
No, the first one.
Oh, yeah, just stay just to handle the question, just ask the question without editorial.
Sure. Are you aware that it is claimed the defendant had a prop gun that night?
No, I'm not aware. I didn't know if he had a prop gun.
Did you believe that night that he had a prop gun?
Of course not.
At any point that night, did you accuse the defendant of shooting at you with a real gun?
Yes, I told him that in my text.
What text are you referring to that you sent to him?
And when I sent him, probably like within 30 or an hour after, when I went back and found the bullets, I tried to try to kill me. Try to take me away from my daughter.
Okay. Are you referring to, and I can zoom in on People's 21, page 3, you tried killing me?
Yeah, he tried killing me.
All right. And then on page 7, was this the text you were referring to about taking you away from your daughter?
Yeah, that word tried to take me from my daughter.
Okay. At any point, did he respond to your text messages to tell you that it was a fake gun?
No, never. He only responded after I hit his manager, John.
Okay, everything you have to know, Mr. Just if you're asking yes or no question, just please say the answer yes or no.
At any point in time after this incident, did you send a text message to Welby indicating that the defendant shot at you with a real gun?
Yes.
All right, mark my next exhibit.
26. How many pages?
It is 5 pages. This is the text, this is that page. And you guys want to- All right, Aaron, on that, I'm gonna mark my next exhibit 27. It's a 3-page document with text messages between Mr. Ephron and Bills.
Oops, what is it?
26 was the text messages to 12. Okay. So, Mr. Ephron, I'm gonna show you the top of people's 26. Do you recognize this to be your text thread between you and 12E?
Yes.
I know the numbers are blocked out, but you haven't saved your name as 12, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And that would be the same 12E that we've been talking about, who was present that night.
Yes.
Okay. I want to go to page 2. In the middle of the page, there's a text message that you sent from Terell to 12E that said, "You good," and the time is at 9:44 p.m. on November 6th, correct?
Correct.
That would have been the last text message you sent him immediately before this incident. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. The very next text message, bottom of page 3, is a text message from you to 12E that says, "Y'all set me up, no words," with an emoji. And that's November 8th, 2021 at 6:57 a.m., correct?
Correct.
So that would be your next message to 12E after the shooting, correct?
Yes.
And if you need, I will approach and you can look through it, but did 12E ever respond to that text message to you?
No.
You know that
I'm not
without even looking.
Yeah, the only person responding to me was it was.
Okay. But 12E never responded back to you to tell you that it was a fake gun, did he?
No.
Last equals 27. Okay. This will give you a little more tricky. Mr. Ephron, equals 27. If you can, look at the front page. I have the numbers blacked out. And you didn't have this number saved in your phone. Would you agree? There's no nickname underneath it?
Yes.
Can you tell, though, from the content that this is your text thread with Ills or Elijah? If you need to go through, let me know.
I can't see what it said though.
So you receive a message,
Oh yeah.
you respond, you responded, and then you receive the message.
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
It was Elijah.
you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So let's go to page 3. The middle text message on that page, November 6th at 10:07. You texted Elijah out front, correct?
Correct.
And that is, would you agree that's the last message you sent it to Elijah or Ills was prior to this shooting, correct?
Yeah, prior to it,
And then the last text at the bottom, that would be a text you sent to Ills on November 8th, 2021 at 6:56 a.m., correct?
That's correct.
And it says, "Y'all set me up with a heart emoji," correct?
Yes.
Did Elijah ever respond to that text message?
Yeah, I think something Elijah was talking.
What did Elijah say in response?
Objection.
You're safe.
At any point, did Elijah respond to say that it was a fake gun that night?
Just an objection.
Your Honor, may I offer an offer of proof on that? It's being offered for a non-hearsay purpose.
Okay, shoot. All right. I understand. All right, the objection's over.
Did Elijah ever respond that night to say that it was a prop gun in any way?
No.
Did you ever hear about a prop gun or a starter pistol or a fake gun related to this case before January 21st, 2025, the day that jury selection started in this case?
That was the first time I ever heard about it.
If you had known or believed that the defendant had a prop gun, would you have to use Hills as a human shield?
None of that would happen. I don't even see it. No.
You described before that after you used Hills as a human shield, the defendant was trying to move around Hills. Is that your prior testimony?
That's correct.
Can you explain if he was using a prop gun and you knew it was a prop gun, and the defendant knew that you knew it was a prop gun, why he would have to move his body around Hills like that?
Objection. Forward question, I'll start with that one. Speculation. Speculation, question, sustain.
You were there that night, Mr. Ephron, correct?
Okay.
November 6, 2021, night, correct?
Yes.
Are you aware of any reason why the defendant would need to move around Hills like that if he was using a prop gun?
Objection, speculation.
Yes or no?
Can you say that again, please?
Again, are you aware of any reason why the defendant would need to move around Hills like that if he was using a prop gun?
No.
To your memory, based on being there that night, did 12 behave in a way that indicated that he knew it was a prop gun?
Objection. Another.
That's not legal objections, so that's speculation. Now, can counsel make his own objections?
Is he speaking how he wants?
I'll ask you this.
Stop, both of you. The objections stay.
You saw how 12 behaved that night, correct?
Correct.
You also saw how 12 behaved from the surveillance video, correct?
Correct.
In your opinion, is that in any way consistent with a prop gun being used?
No.
How did he behave? How do you remember it?
He ran behind the wall.
Away from the defendant?
Yeah, he just
The way he took his hand, moved across his body as if demonstrating movement away from him, Your Honor, and not with.
Yeah. Okay. That night, November 6, 2021, how many shots did you believe the defendant fired at you to the best of your knowledge?
I said 3 or 4. I think it was 3 or 4.
Have you consistently stated from your memory that the defendant fired 3 or 4 shots at you?
Yes, that was in all of my statements.
When you were interviewed by the police officer at the Hollywood station on November 8, 2021, how many shots did you tell him that the defendant fired at you?
3 or 4.
When you were interviewed by a detective from the Hollywood station over the phone on November 9th, 2021, how many shots did you tell him that the defendant fired at you?
I always kept it 3 or 4. That's what I thought. The sound, and I just thought it was 3 or 4. Okay.
When you were interviewed by the 3 detectives, Menifee, Flores, and Camacho over the phone on November 9th, how many shots did you tell them that you believe the defendant fired at you?
I always stuck with 3 or 4. That's what I thought it was.
And when you testified at the preliminary hearing on November 8th, 2023, you were asked how many times did the defendant fire the gun, what was your answer?
3 or 4.
When you went to the scene that night, how many expended cartridge casings did you find?
Found 2.
When you went to the police station, even though you only had 2 fired cartridge casings, did you still tell them that you thought it was 3 or 4 gunshots?
I did. That's what I thought.
Are you aware that you've been accused by the defense of having planted those 2 cartridge casings at the scene?
I am.
Was there anything preventing you, if you planted those casings, from bringing the same amount of casings, 3 or 4, that you reported to the police?
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah. Was there anything preventing you? If you actually did plant those cartridge casings, was there anything preventing you from planting 3 or 4 at the scene that night, like you later told the police had been shot?
Yeah, if I planned, I would have brought exactly what I said.
But you didn't plant them, correct?
No, I never planned nothing.
You brought in the 2 casings because that's what you found.
That's exactly what I found.
Leading.
Was it much later in this case, after you heard audio from the video, that you came to the conclusion that it was actually 2 shots that were fired.
Yes, there's a ton of them.
Much later in this case, after you heard, was it much later in this case after you heard audio from the video that you came to the conclusion that it was actually 2 shots that were fired?
Yes, after I heard the audio, I realized it was 2 shots.
Had you heard the audio recording before you gave any of the statements to police or the prior DA, Fred Engel?
I only heard the audio and the preliminary hearing, which was like almost 2 years later.
And that happened after all those statements to the police that we just went over.
Correct.
And the statement that you gave to the prior DA, Mr. Engel, correct?
Correct.
Did you even know that that video existed before it was played for preliminary hearing in November of 2023?
What video?
The one that has audio, the 2 gunshots.
No, I didn't know I didn't know a lot of evidence.
I don't have anything else, Your Honor.
Good morning, thank you, sir. Speaking of saying, you always said 3 to 4 shots. You talked about Wally's chief the other day. Remember Wally?
I don't remember. I mean,
You know who Wally is? Yeah. Sorry.
let's go, Mr. Tucker. Let's go.
Well, we're gonna go, and there's my question. Do you know who Wally is?
I do.
Okay. In fact, you told Wally he shot you 5 times.
Right? No, I didn't.
You didn't say it?
No, I didn't.
And by the way, speaking of Wally, last Thursday was my first day of cross-examination of you, and I asked you about the statement you made to Wally that morning.
The question that you heard that morning. Say this about you mean the morning.
The morning of the examination, yes, sir. The morning of the examination last Thursday, I asked you a question about Wally. Two statements you may have made to Wally.
Here we go, chat. It's gonna get good. It's gonna get good.
Which you denied. At the lunch break, Mr. Ephron, you called Wally, correct?
I called him after everything because, I mean, you guys got y'all whipping up lies over here. None of it, you have no evidence to back it up.
You're not answering this question. He's talking about the lunch break. Ask it again.
And I'm not, and I'm not.
Stefan, wait, ask the question again.
Okay. Wally's name was brought up on cross-examination by me, the statements you made then, on the recordings that you say were fake. You called Wally.
That's a compound question. It is. 3 questions. Right. You were inquiring about whether he made a phone call at the lunch, on the lunch break,
Fine.
following your, beginning your cross-examination?
Yes,
Do you understand the question? Did you call Wally during the lunch break?
No,
Did you call him after?
yes, I didn't.
And why'd you call Wally?
Because, I mean, you guys is just lying, lies after lies. You can't back it up. These guys are,
We can't back it up.
you can't. You can't.
Did you hear the tape recording? Say fake.
All right, stop. Let's go ahead. Ask another question.
I guess we'll see about that, right?
Your Honor, the court instructed previously, and this is editorializing, Mr. Lynch is not doing that against Rex.
Right.
He's right.
Why is he letting him like admonish the defense like that in court? He should, the judge should say, "Shut the fuck up. Come up here if you got something to say." So.
I know, you wouldn't say saying,
I don't
yeah.
understand what you're saying.
Don't editorialize.
And you should try to his answers, Tom.
They are not responsible.
They are not. Anyway, so you called him because we were presenting fake evidence to you?
Yes or no?
I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know.
Why did you call him? Mr.
Because
Ephron?
you guys just keep playing fake audio to me, like fake stuff. I never said none of that to him. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't fit in with this case.
Uh-oh, somebody was contacting someone during lunch. Uh-oh. 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 You played fake stuff? I just don't understand, boss. I just simple rapper Relli. Look at that. There's fear in like it's like Kurt Russell dealing in Tombstone. It's like, goddamn right, you're scared. Look at him. He's got fear in his eyes. He's scared, chat. He's scared. And by the way, chat, this is recross examination. So here we go.
I'm just slip it in.
Okay, stop. All right, did you ask the question?
So that's why you called Wally.
I mean, you guys are saying I'm cool with him and I got his number and he's making up fake lies. That's like, he didn't even answer, so I don't even know what we're talking about. He did not answer. What are you gonna say? He answered and make up another school call?
Motion to strike is non-responsive.
We moved to strike zone with assessment, okay.
Yeah, the entire answer is not
Your
responsible.
Honor, counsel is editorializing, indicating what I'm moving to strike. I'm following the evidence over the state of California. I'm the counsel follows as well. And not editorializing why I'm asking things to be stricken. It's improper.
Just stop swapping. Just stop.
I'm not swapping.
No, this is a no squabble zone. Copy. Correct.
Okay. You asked about text to Rocky and to his manager John after the incident, April 21. Remember being asked that by Mr. President a few minutes ago? Text after the incident saying, you tried to kill me.
Again, I don't get what you're saying.
You asked about text messages by Mr. President right here, just a few minutes ago. After the incident, where you text Rocky and his manager John saying you tried to kill me. Remember being asked those questions by Mr. President?
I'm sorry, I don't get what you're saying. It's not clear. It's double negative. I don't get what you're saying right now.
It's a double negative.
It's not really clear. You're not making no sense. I'm not ready to answer something I don't understand anymore.
Do you remember? I'm going to break this up. Do you remember?
We got did.
Do you remember being asked by Mr. President a few minutes ago today about text messages you sent
Okay.
with me so far? Are you with me so far?
Yo, you're annoying, bro. Just come on.
Are you with
We
me?
didn't even get to the case. What are you doing here? You're annoying, bro. Okay.
With me so far?
Never heard a witness get there. You're just annoying, bro. We got to get to the case. Listen to the whining and crying of Relli. I mean, dude, you're losing your fucking case right now, and you are looking like a big old bitch to the world. Like, listen, you acting like a bitch. Bitch made. Bitch made.
Are you with me so far?
Yo, you're annoying, bro. Just come on.
Are you with
We
me?
didn't even get to the case. What are you doing here?
Are you keeping up? Stop. Are you keeping up with the question?
I can't keep up with him. I can't take this.
No. You got to answer the questions. He asks the questions. He's beginning to ask you questions. He just wants to know if you're keeping up with him. Just ask the whole question.
Sure. You recall being asked by Mr. President a few minutes ago about text messages you sent to Rocky and his manager after the incident saying you tried to kill me.
Yes.
Oh. And you were also saying you tried to kill me. During that same time, you were sending messages saying, I'm going to get that end money, right?
Bro, what are we talking about? Are we talking about assault or lawsuit? Like, you keep trying to bring
He's
me
asking,
lawsuit.
you a yes or no question. Listen to the question and
I don't understand
yes, no, I don't know, or I don't recall. Go ahead.
At the same time, you were saying that.
This is
You were
beautiful,
also sending
chat.
text message saying, I'm going to get that end
I
money.
don't recall.
You don't recall? You don't recall seeing those messages up here?
Seeing what messages? Do you not, like,
Yeah, by this point, a lot of judges I'm in front of probably would have held him in contempt and cleared out the courtroom and said, get your shit together. I've never seen a witness get this off kilter before, but he is discombobulated and being a little whiny baby. Yeah, a lot of judges I've been in front of would have cleared out the courtroom and said, fucking shut up, or I'm going to put you in jail. This is rare for a witness to, especially a victim, to get held in contempt possibly. But yeah, we're getting there.
You got that message?
I previously advised the court,
Continue to go?
yeah, the court just advised the jury that my.
Yeah, Mr. Lewin has to leave. He's got an unavoidable commitment. He tried to postpone it. He couldn't, so he's going to leave now. He'll be back. He'll be back at 1:30, right?
Yes, I will be, probably, yes, I'll be back. Thank you.
You promise, Sean? He's moving back. He's right. Put up. Okay.
The prosecutor had to go somewhere, guys. That's not abnormal. Like, Your Honor, I got to bounce out for something. I'll be back this afternoon. Sometimes it's shit you can't get out of. So,
why is y'all guys' text messages different from what I'm seeing all the time? I just don't get this. It's two different, like,
Is this already into?
Yes.
Which is it?
I can't see nothing. I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's not on the screen in front of you? Is that the screen?
Yeah, I see this, but I don't know.
You see the words?
Yeah.
That's what Mr. is required.
So on
Words.
the next morning, November 7th, 6:40 a.m., you sent a message saying to John.
No, that's not John. That's not John. That's my business partner.
Well, that's
You're lying.
Justin.
You're lying.
That's Justin.
You know that's Justin. You're not even putting names next to it.
So what you said to him, that same
But
time.
you just lied.
Stop it. Stop it.
Like, what am I having?
Hey,
What am I
this
talking
text
to?
on
It's simple.
Who is this text being sent
I
to?
do not want to stay here. You put me on. I'm not on trial. I've been here for 5 days dealing with this man. He just said he was a manager. This is not a manager.
Chill.
I'm ready to fucking go.
Was this text to John or is this to your manager?
This is to my. It's my business.
Okay, business partner.
So I just sent to your business partner at 6:40 a.m. that same morning that you're sending Rocky a message saying you tried to kill me. A message saying, I want to get this ends money.
Yes, that's my business partner. He shot me. I have no career.
You were asked by Mr. Preslomit, you saw that videotape of you sitting with Detective Flores and Matthew. Remember that?
Yes.
And you were asked on page 3 of the transcript. I'm not going to replay it. We can just go to page 3 of that transcript. Please.
You got it?
No, you're not trying to trip me up.
Just take it. Take it.
I've been looking stupid for 5 days.
Stop.
I'm on trial.
Stop. Don't say it.
On page 3, line 14, 15, and 16. So look at that.
On this?
Yes, on the transcript.
What am I looking at?
On 14, 15, and 16. Page 3. So, sir, while you were watching the video with Detective Flores and Detective Matthew, you said then, and you see my girl, right? That was my girl I was with. So it's your testimony that as you watch that video, you saw your girl really part with you.
Objection, it's
What do you mean by that? When you
I
said
don't
that?
recall. It was a long time ago. Next.
I know. Next.
I don't recall.
Well, I mean, you guys have a bunch of questions about the transcript.
I just said I don't recall. It has nothing to do with nothing.
Let me see if everybody's,
Let's keep it going.
No, it's not much. So,
Guys, this is borderline. Like, yeah, this is really bad. He is cruising for contempt. I mean, I would have been this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand, chat. This is getting very much out of hand here. So you know, we got a little Clyde action here. So let's see. I think we go on break right after this. Oh no, we got a little more. Here we go. Here we go, chat. A couple minutes and then we're gonna time travel.
yes. Do not make any comments. No derogatory, nothing assault.
Mr. French, I want to talk about one more thing. You asked about this clarification that you made over the weekend regarding you recalling that shooting was in Los Angeles. You testified on redirect, Mr. Preslomit, that you didn't understand my question. Last Friday, I asked you, a few weeks before you claimed you found 2 9mm shell casings at the scene on November 6, 2021. I asked you if you fired 9mm weapons at a shooting range, and you said, definitely not. I then asked you, definitely not. And you said, you heard me, definitely not. Watch this clip.
It was 3 years and 3 months ago. You expect me to?
Just a minute. This is,
This probably.
that's in this foundation.
Yes.
A few weeks before November 6th.
That is probably the beauty of having your trial recorded like this, that they're not going to be able to say this isn't an accurate recording. So yeah, good job on the attorney there. Good job on the attorney there. So yeah, we're gonna make the screen bigger. Here we go.
And a few weeks before, you testified that you found shell casings at the scene, 9mm shell casing. You fired 9mm weapons at a shooting range, correct? Definitely not. Definitely not. You heard me, definitely not.
Okay. And you only said 9mm. It was multiple guns. You only showed 2 guns.
Then I showed you a video of you at a shooting range on October 19, 2021 after that answer. And I asked you about your testimony that you didn't fire any guns before November 6, 2021. And then you told this jury, I said unless I was at a shooting range. after saying definitely not. Play that, please.
Mr. Ephron, you just told us jury. I don't know what I'm doing, please, anybody know either. What you just told this jury was that before November 6, 2021, you didn't fire any guns. So you didn't have any guns. That was just last time I told about shooting.
Then, as a matter of fact, we were talking about that shooting range, trying to find out where it was.
And I said Jersey.
I knew you said
I said Jersey, but like what I said,
There's no question being asked of you right now. Stop. Wait till you get the question.
you heard Mr. Lewin and the prosecution ask for a stipulation that that was outside of California. Watch this.
The date, by the rest of the day, here's the stipulation on the date. Yes, what was the date? Here's stipulation. October 19th. And where is this stipulation? There's a date for this whole so we have a stipulation on that date. On that date, this is outside of California. I don't know where it's at.
So Mr. Lewin asked for a stipulation that that was taken outside of California. I said, I don't know where it was taken. I asked you. Because you couldn't figure. I said, where was it taken? And that's when you said you don't know, maybe New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
But you also said maybe New Jersey, not Los Angeles.
Okay, I did my homework, and it was.
Okay, well,
It was.
Is this the picture where you, I mean, I don't know my phone, you say. I don't know this. You don't remember very well, you should have that, I'm saying. It is not, I'm saying it should be. What they're asking for. No, where is the picture? No, we're not. It's like probably New Jersey or something like that, all night. I'm sorry, yes. Not illegal. Maybe New Jersey.
Not LA though.
Of course, I mean, like what I said,
There's no question, maybe.
you asked me this and you
Just
expect.
wait. The question was not LA. Well, it's.
You said
Just a minute. As for.
Okay, chat. So part of Relli's arguments was I've never touched a gun ever before that night of the shooting. And Rocky's attorney's like, you're shooting a gun like a month beforehand. How did you forget this? You know, it's just Relli tells lies upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie. He's like Thor from Private Software, just lying, lying, lying. So that's why they're doing this. They're going back through what he said last week on Thursday.
It's not LA's thing. So flesh out the question.
one thing he was certain about, although he didn't know where it was, you said maybe New Jersey. One thing he was certain about when you testified to the jury was it was not LA. That's what you just said.
I mean, I was just trying to get you.
Is that yes or no?
Yes, whatever.
Then yesterday, after 2 o'clock in the afternoon,
Friday.
no sir, yesterday,
Sunday?
yes sir.
Okay.
Stick with me. Then yesterday, after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, well, before 2:50 in the afternoon, that 15-minute window, you called Mr. Resloman, telling him you wanted to clarify some information from your testimony last week. Correct?
Oh, yeah, I had to go back and do my homework. You asked me questions.
Is the answer yes, and you did?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And specifically, you advised Mr. Resloman that you could recall where the video from the shooting range was finally recorded. Correct?
Yes, it says Los Angeles on my timestamp on my phone, which you wouldn't allow me to see.
And you, I wouldn't allow you to
I
see
mean,
the
you played, you knew it said Los Angeles, one video over.
No question. Don't debate with Mr. Tacopina.
Real quick, what's the Thor lore? He's basically lied about everything, and then he falsely went after somebody and threatening DMCA lawsuits because he's a little bitch. That's what happened. But he lies about everything.
Another question.
You told Mr. Resloman that you had gone back and reviewed your Instagram, and that you now recall that the video was recorded in Los Angeles on October 19, 2021. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Mr. Ephron, there is nothing in your Instagram that shows you in Los Angeles on October 19, 2021. Is there?
Yes, it is.
Really? I'm going to give you a live phone. You show me on your Instagram. Show me on your Instagram where it shows that you're in Los Angeles on October 19, 2021.
What do you mean a live phone?
Phone. It's your Instagram. Let's go to your Instagram.
No, we have to go see, now you think you slick. We have to go to my phone, my actual phone, and go to my archive. You have to show me something of my highlights, which is not there. You think you slick.
Stop. This is,
You're not going to trip me up. I'm on
Mr. Ephron, stop. Just stop talking.
Yeah, I'm on to you. You're not going to trip me up like that. Buddy, he's already tripped you up a lot. He's already tripped you up a lot. He basically ate shit the whole time here so far. Yes, the Thor from Prior Author is a big fucking liar and a big piece of shit. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is God, he is fighting so hard. I'm surprised the judge is not gonna fucking sanction him. He needs to. This has to happen. So
We have a letter from the DA, and the letter says that Mr. Ephron informed them that he went on his Instagram.
Yes, my Instagram.
All right.
Your Instagram, as in Relli boss?
You're trying to show me somebody else's that I can't activate where I can go to my archive. You're not
All right,
slick.
stop it. He doesn't need to go on someone else's phone.
You have your phone?
You know I don't got it. It's over there. We can hear it though. I can show you. We can go there right now.
So your
We can clear this
Instagram
up.
is what caused you to go back.
No, you did because you're sneaky.
Don't be insulting. Stop
I'm feeling.
it. He is not insulting you. Don't insult him. Don't insult any lawyer that's asking you questions. You're not doing yourself any good by doing that.
I mean, I'm getting screwed. I mean, this is not what I.
How much longer do you have?
2 minutes are.
What is it? 2 minutes.
Well, depends. That's the question
All right,
for
it's 12 o'clock. I'd like to get finished with
Yeah, we will.
Mr. Ephron before we take the break.
So anyway, what was it that caused you to remember this? What did you see?
Yeah, your question asking, not giving me time, tripping me up. So I went back and I analyzed my whole Instagram, analyzed everything you said, and I started realizing what you was doing. So then I went to my archive. You just try to show me something off a story that you can't get in your archive. So you're already like lying to people or lying about the situation because you know I cannot see it through that way.
You cannot accuse anybody of lying. Do not do that. I told you, nothing derogatory.
But nobody told me this.
I'm telling you, and I've been telling you, do not be derogatory toward anyone in this courtroom. Go ahead.
Mr. Ephron, in fact, what happened yesterday was at 2 o'clock and at 2:11, somebody called with the handle name of Don't F with Justice, posted 2 photos on Twitter of you at the shooting range and the Los Angeles Gun Club at the shooting.
I don't know about none of this.
Hold on. What's the objection? What's the objection? What you saying?
I'm asking the question whether these are. Well, I'm sure it is.
It also call for hearsay.
No.
No, it doesn't call for hearsay. The question calls for yes or no. Go ahead and show it. Don't have me look at it first before it's shown in.
Did you see, here's my question before I show it to you. Did you see the Twitter post yesterday at 2 o'clock and another at 2:11 showing a picture of you at the shooting range that was displayed in court and another side-by-side of the Los Angeles Gun Club shooting range, which is identical to the one of you in court?
Yes
Did
or
you
no?
see that?
Yes or no?
I don't get the question. You gotta say it again, please.
Sure. Take a look at that.
That was sent to me this morning through a friend. I never seen that.
Oh, so you did see that?
Yeah, that was sent through this morning. Somebody sent it to me
All right, so whatever Mr. Patrick did just show, was it the first time you saw what you just showed?
this morning in the text message.
What time did you see it? About?
She hit me last night, the girl who sent this to me, and then I seen it this morning. But this is the first time I
All
saw
right,
it.
this morning's the first time you see it.
And what that is a picture of you from the video in court last week at the gun club that you didn't know where it was in New Jersey, not Los Angeles.
I mean,
And it was, and let me finish my question.
An objection to the argument, Your Honor.
It is, sustained before the question.
What is that a picture of, sir?
Objection relevant.
Overruled.
it's a recreational shooting range, sir.
And what's the other picture?
It's a shooting range.
Yeah, the one on the left. What's the one on the left there?
That's me at the shooting range.
Oh, we got that. Yes, the one with you was shooting, right?
Okay,
Okay. And the recreational shooting range is the Los Angeles Gun Club, right?
okay, yeah.
So that was posted at 2 o'clock yesterday, as it says on the post. And coincidentally, right after 2 o'clock, you told Mr. Sloan to say, I remembered.
I did not see this, and I put down.
Let me finish the question.
I did not see this, and I don't need to see this. I told you. I went to
Mr.
my-
Ephron, let me finish the question.
So it's your testimony, sir, that it is a mere coincidence that minutes after, let me finish my question. It's your testimony, Mr. Ephron, that it is a mere coincidence that minutes after these pictures were posted on the internet by somebody entitled named Don't F with Justice, pictures posted showing you at the Los Angeles Gun Club on October 19, 2021. It's a mere coincidence that you then have to call the DA within minutes of that post to say you went back and looked at your Instagram and somehow you refresh your recollection that you were in Los Angeles on that day.
I mean, you just listen to yourself. It took me all day, to me from Friday. You're a lot. I had to figure it out. It wasn't easy.
What was that? What did you call him?
I said, it's a lot to deal with, so I had to figure it out.
All right.
I had to figure it out.
I thought you said
And I figured it out on Sunday. I had to keep looking and finding it because, like I said, it wasn't easy.
All right.
Let me wrap this up with this. Mr. Ephron, you saw the video of your trial testimony on this topic, correct, just a few minutes ago?
Okay.
Okay, yes, I did. Okay.
You say yes?
Yes.
Did you look like you were confused by that question at all when you said, definitely not?
I'm gonna be honest, I just wanted to stop talking to you. I thought it was over.
So you just made an answer.
It's not an answer. I just
Just
understand. I needed time. Obviously, something like that, you need time. A lot of your questions, you need time. You don't show me no dates, no nothing. Just like how you said, John.
Nothing pending. Stop. Say it again?
I'm done with it.
Good.
All right. Yes, Mr. Ephron, you are excused. We'll go back. You need 135 or 130? Mr. Zoll?
I would not ask
You want 145? Would that be better?
that would give any more time is better.
All right, folks, we'll be back in session at 1:45. Just Zoll has some work to do. Electronic.
All right, chat. So they're gonna move on here. We're gonna time travel real quick, but God, that is a witness just literally fucking incinerating. Yes, he did talk to the prosecutor. Which is a bit of an issue in and of itself. Yes, I'm done with him. Apex saying, so this is because he nicked the hand of someone with a shot. We don't even know if there was a shooting. Like I said, whether or not Rocky had a real gun or a prop gun that only shoots blanks determines whether or not Rocky committed felony assault or maybe even just misdemeanor assault, if anything at all. So it's not even clear. Like, Relli could have, like, scraped his hands on the ground or something. We don't know. And staying to say, trading my P320 for a G47, yes. I've thought about it a little more. I'm not going to try to be impartial. Yes, the G47 won't kill you. Torgo the White for 15 months. How you doing, buddy? Saying in a Bullwinkle voice, help me, APRocky. Help me. Funny. Pancake Dinner says, Sean, how quick do you think the defense is trying to close his case? Well, it doesn't matter. They can't close it right away anyway, because the state's going to have its, like, gun people come in next. They're probably going to have their forensic evidence. So, there's only so much they can do. Amateur Iconoclast says for $2, did Rocky ever try to kill you with a forklift? Yeah. And President-elect Phil Swift says, Asmongold is going to get mad you weren't ball-washing Thor. Well, I reached out to the attorney that's representing the guy Thor tried to DMCA, seeing if I can have him on, because that'd be a fun one. No, but Thor sounds like a complete piece of shit. And I've heard him, like, now some of his shorts where he's talking about, like, catching a fucking stingray at, like, DEF CON and shit. And I turned someone into the FBI, and it's like, nobody ever has proof of this happening. So, it's all fake and gay. Also, I didn't realize that fucking game he's been working on. He's been doing it for 8 fucking years. It's like, fuck, dude, man. He should go work at Valve. Work at the Half-Life 3 team. And then Bella says it's not hard to keep it straight if you're telling the truth. Very true. But Relli's got a chip on his shoulder, too, which makes it tough. And Manny B says Paul Tuttle Sr. is going to take a chair to him. Yes, he does very much look like a very emaciated Paul Sr. So, all right, chat. So here we go. We're going to time travel here as we roll.
Please don't discuss the case among yourselves or anybody else. Please don't review anything in print media or electronic.
Now, check this out, chat. It's 12:12, right? You're seeing this right here. 12:12. Check this out. We are going to time travel. We're going to go whoop, 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 whoop. So it's like we're coming back. They had like a 2-hour lunch break, chat. They had like a 2-hour lunch break. Like, can you believe this shit? They had like a 2-hour lunch break.
Paul?
Gotta love LA.
Okay, but there's some things that I definitely don't want the jury to hear. On the 3-minute call, between 1 minute and 55 seconds and 2 minutes and 22 seconds, there's discussion about what Relli thinks Rocky's rap sheet, and I assume Rocky has a rap sheet. And also that Rocky buys people off. I don't know if you're hearing it.
I did take that out.
Good.
Do you know, if you say the 3 minutes, do you know what the numbers were?
1 minute and 55 seconds to 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Then, that's all my concern on that one. Then there's the one, I think it's the longest one. It's 7094. It's between 5 minutes and 25 seconds and 6 minutes. Relli's talking about the potential sentence. I don't want the jury hearing that. And then beginning at 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Sorry, beginning 8 minutes and 15 seconds. There's discussion about that white people will see what Rocky knows and doesn't know, what Rocky knows and doesn't know. And then there's also his feelings about Rocky. I especially don't want to hit the jury to hear about about the white people. Race should have no role in this whatsoever. The rest of that tape is pretty innocuous.
He's checking to see. I just want to verify on all of that. We can't unlink this now. What's happening?
Yeah, I want to know that that's
So I can say for sure the white people comment was taken out.
good. What about the potential sentence?
Do you have an example?
5 minutes and 25 seconds to 6 minutes.
I think what he's asking, Your Honor, is because the time would change because he's had to edit. What he's asking for, you know,
Oh, it changed.
It was like 19 years, something like that.
I think he said something about minimum of this and maximum 25 years.
Okay, yeah.
He also mentions an attempted murder. It's not attempted murder.
You're saying you're looking at anywhere from 14 to like 20 something years?
Yes.
Okay.
You got it. Is there a mention of attempted murder?
I might have let it in.
It's not attempted murder. If you can't find it,
I took out
the year go out.
Do you want me to sit with them and show them
That would be comforting.
Okay, that's really all I was concerned
just on those 2 transcripts?
about. He talks about it on the third transcript. He talks about his feelings about Jabari. He talks about his calls and his texts that were exchanged prior to the incident. I think it's pretty innocuous.
I'm definitely not trying to ring bells that can't be unwrong. If they want to sit down, I can show them exactly what I reacted.
All right, go ahead.
And Your Honor, I don't think this was put on the record. I think I said it at court, but it has been discussed in the media, not by Mr. Depp, I'm not exactly, but simply by commentators who have said that this defendant is convicted, he's looking at getting 24 years. That's absurd. The people have always said that we would not be seeking, and we have no ground for seeking the maximum sentence in this case. What we have said, is we talked about a sentence court we're willing to give probation and suspend time. If he's conditional, what we're asking for is probably going to be about 8 years in state prison. So we will not be looking at that as court order. He served about 2/3 of that. I just want to make sure that we don't have this misinformation being spread, because it's not actually.
They're talking about us, chat. Oh my God, the prosecutors, well, probably not me, but Extra and all the other people. But oh my God, they're talking about us again. The goddamn internet bloggers. Well, suffer state, suffer.
Now, can you tell the jury as usual? Yes. Taking care of logistic.
Yes.
Logistic issues. All right, so we're going to take a look at that. What you see here?
Yes, it is.
Oh, 80. Oh.
Just a couple.
We just finished it. How's that?
Show me what's. Why don't you come on up and show me what's been taken out and what is still objectionable?
Wes, do you have a list? Or he has it?
Yeah, up here's.
All right, chat, hold on.
Let's just say, is it okay if I apologize again? Tell you what, just assume I'm apologizing. Pretend I'm apologizing.
Why is this frozen, chat? Hold on.
People agree with that?
Yes.
All right. All right. Defense, call your please.
Hi, Hella. Hi, Hella and Hella people. We're still doing the APRocky trial. Relli just got up the stand and almost got contempt from the judge and was whining and crying like a little girl on the stand for recross. So now we've got another witness coming up.
Okay. Your Mr. Hayes calls Wally Sajeni. Sajeni. Go ahead, yeah.
Just raise your right hand for us. Thank you. Okay. This how we state that the testimony may give in the cause not pending for this court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. And you please take a seat on the witness stand. Make it you and you go. Please state and spell your name for the record.
Wally Sajeni, WALLY,
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. What do you so what do you do for a living?
I run a technology software agency where we build website software for clients, musicians, creatives, brands, direct consumer brands. Yeah.
And have you done work in that capacity for Rocky?
Yes.
Okay. Have you also and by the way, do you work for Rocky?
No, I have my own business.
Okay. So you do consulting work?
Yes, consulting.
Did an individual that you know as Relli also ask you to do work for him?
Yes.
Okay. And same capacity as a consultant as well?
Correct.
All right. Now, do you have any, just let's get this out of the way. Do you have any personal knowledge of the facts of this case one way or another?
No.
Okay. After Rocky's arrest in this case, and then better say your friend Rocky, right?
Yes.
Okay. After Rocky's arrest in this case, did Relli ask you to do anything for him?
Yes, he did.
What did he ask you to do?
A number of things, but he really wanted to boost his social media presence with certain articles from his kids.
Okay. In particular, do you remember any?
It was a long list, but there were high publications.
TMZ,
Rolling Stone, High Society, Complex, so on and so on.
So, Mr. Ephron contacted you and asked you to promote these articles for his social media presence.
Yes, to boost his social media as well, yeah.
And that was articles about this case.
Correct.
Okay. When did just refer to as Relli for the purpose of this conversation? When did Relli? That's how you know him, by the way, right? When did Relli last call you?
Just last week on my birthday when I was in Paris, Thursday.
Thursday, the January 30th.
Yeah, around 9 p.m. in Paris. So if I do the math, it's probably 12 noon here.
Yeah. And have you been following this case?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Okay. And on that day, on that Thursday, did you see anything particular about this case on Thursday when you watched?
Yeah, just my name being brought up against lies, fabrication, just not the truth. So,
what in particular did you hear? Who did you hear from?
Relli specifically.
What did you say?
Chet, remember, this guy, he's a defense witness. Obviously, the state's still in their case. So this witness is being called out of turn. And it's just, they're trying to get this done. So they're calling the witness out of turn, not abnormal at all. Just remember, this is a defense witness right now.
Recordings were fake. Recordings were not I. And I'm a pretty private person, so when people lie on my name, it kind of gets me upset. So yeah.
Okay. Now, did you say any articles about this case in the last 6 months?
Yes.
Okay. And on October 17th of 2024, did you send an article about Judge Arnold?
Yes.
On December 24th, 2024, you sent the Daily Mail article entitled "The Anna Fears Heartbreaking Consequences of ASAP Rocky's Trial with Smiley Face."
Relevant to these questions about specific.
Yes, sir. December 27, 2024, did Relli send you an article from the Daily Mail entitled "The Anna Fears Heartbreaking Consequences of ASAP Rocky's Trial" with the smiley face next to it?
Yes.
To be here today, so where did you come from?
Paris, France.
Okay. And what were you doing in Paris, France?
Grabbing meetings, doing business deals, trying to invest in this new tech startup.
Okay. So you're there for work?
Yes.
You don't live?
No.
Okay. You live where?
New Jersey.
When did you get here in Los Angeles, sir?
Last night late.
Okay. And why did you come here?
Really clear my name, tell the truth. Again, I just hated seeing my name tied to lies and untrue words.
And did it concern you as far as your professional reputation that this guy was accusing you of doctoring and making up recordings?
Yes.
Would you ever do that?
No, never. I'm not there yet with technology, I would say. So yeah.
But if you are there, would you do that?
No, never. It's not honest, right? Yeah.
Did you make recordings of conversations with Relli?
Yes.
How many recordings did you make?
2. About in 2022, I believe the dates were, I forget the April date, but mid-April and then August 15th-ish. Yeah.
And you said that's based on the recollection, right?
Yeah.
I think we met that, we actually say May, but around April, May
Yeah,
2022?
Yep.
Okay. And then August of 2022, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And those are the 2 conversations you recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Did you give those recordings to Rocky?
Yes.
Okay. And first of all, why did you give them to Rocky?
I think it was just conversations he needed to hear.
And why do you think he needed to hear them?
Because they're about him, and a lot of it seemed just suspicious, talking about monetary things.
And when did you send them to Rocky?
As soon as I finished the conversation.
Now, when you sent those recordings, did one of the 2 recordings, did you have to split one of them into 2 files because of the size?
Yeah, you can't really send certain data, or if the file size is too big, you gotta cut it down to send it.
So how did you get here today?
I took a plane, commercial plane.
Last night?
Yes.
From Paris?
Yes.
And are you going back later today?
Yeah, a few hours.
So it's a 1-day turnaround?
Yeah.
Just to be here?
Yeah.
Okay. Who paid for the cost of your ticket?
Damien Branderson.
Damien Branderson, that's Rocky's entertainment.
That's right, lawyer, yeah.
And that means Rocky probably paid for the cost of your ticket, correct?
Absolutely.
And did you meet us, myself, the Siegel, Scott, and any people in the United States, us for the first time ever this morning?
Prior to this, no.
No, but
This morning, yes.
This
This
morning
morning, yes.
was the first time you've ever met any of us?
Correct.
Okay. Did we ever speak before this morning?
No.
Okay. This morning, did we play recordings?
Correct. Yes.
And what were those recordings?
They were the recordings that I took.
And by the way, let's step back for a second. You mentioned Damien Branderson, Rocky's entertainment attorney. What was the first time you ever heard from him?
Just recently while I was watching tapes.
Was it when this individual brother was testifying about you doctoring tapes?
Correct. He wasn't the only one contacting me about just a lot of those things, but yeah.
Response, it's sustained, it's sustained.
Okay. Was when he called you. Sure.
You want some water? Oh, you have one?
Sorry.
You have enough in there?
I have one.
You're okay? Sure.
I think it's weird, but it's not true. Air vent.
The air vents, I think, is wrong with the allergies. Let's only give her a second.
Yeah.
I do have that.
Do you want to, is it okay? Do you want to go in the back and get rid of the cough?
Oh, we have to walk out too.
Would you like a cough drop from both the prosecution and defense?
Ours are better.
I have a pop up. Thank you so much. Appreciate that water as well. I have a lot of medication as well. Sorry.
No, you have nothing to be sorry about. What's that? Sure. Oh, you want to step out?
Yes, please.
Alex? Oh, Alex, okay, go to the door there, Alex. We'll be out. Go ahead and cut the camera while we're
It's on, it's off.
Before that, I have my order. Occasionally.
I wasn't
concerned. I know. This is Jenny. So you said, Mr. Greenwich, they payment order for the first time on Thursday.
Correct.
After what you saw on TV, heard in this case.
Correct.
You were accused of making a false case.
Correct.
Before that, have you heard of it? Anyone from Rocky's defense team?
No.
Okay. And no one ever told you to be intended on calling, correct?
No.
But then you saw on television, you were accused of documenting a case, correct?
Correct. I don't know.
And I have objection on any legal question, I'll just ask it.
Yes, right, leader, say.
A little less, I'll try not to.
So, the recordings, I think I asked this, I'm not sure before we broke. Did we play for you the recordings this morning? Which you were
Correct.
Yes, okay. And what were those two recordings?
Conversation with Relli and I.
The May 2023
Yes,
motion audited. And by the way, where were you when you made those recordings?
In New Jersey, my apartment.
Okay, and did Relli say where he was?
In New York.
And I'm going to show you the three recordings. To show you the screen of three. By the way, when I said to show you the three recordings, did you videotape the recordings?
Yes.
Okay. So you audio recorded the recordings, but you videotaped.
Yeah, I believe video is just better than capitalize on, or just capture everything. Okay. Your video with audio, it's hard to falsify, I guess.
Okay. So we'll show you. You show?
See next exhibit?
Yes, sure.
Q is in Queen. Is there a transcript?
Three recordings, two incidents, but you mentioned three, but one of them is a combination.
It's a split.
A split. I just want to make sure it's clear, we're only talking about
Two
two.
recordings. May and August.
Yes.
Is there a transcript of the first?
Yes, sir. I'm just identifying them first, not playing. I just want to make sure we identify them. So take a look at that one.
Yeah.
You recognize that?
Yes.
And what do you recognize that to be?
It's my recording of my conversation with Relli and I.
The first one for May of 2022?
Correct.
Okay. That is, we have marked as exhibit
Q.
Q. All right. I'm going to show you another one, another video screenshot.
Yes, same exact thing. Conversation with him and I.
And that is that the one for both?
Correct.
Okay. And by the way, what makes you know that that's the one that you had with Relli from looking at it?
How I saved people's number, usually put your entire government name and your name as well, so I don't remember.
And that's what you have on that screen there?
Correct.
Okay. That would be, what is that? It's a bar, okay, just the next bar.
All right, if you're marking that now, are you going to play Q?
Three snippets of it, yeah.
All right. The part that you're going to play of Q, the transcript of that should be R.
Okay.
The August call
Yes.
should be S and Sam.
Okay, the first August call, because again, there's one August call that was sent to Rocky in two files. So the first one will be Essence and Sam, the one you just identified. And the transcript portion of that would be,
T is the Tom.
okay. And then the third one, which is again the same call from August 2022, is that the screenshot of that, sir?
Yes.
And again, same thing.
Correct. Same thing. I had to deal with it between Relli and I.
Whose name's on the screenshot?
Terell Ephron.
And that's the, again, that's the same call as the call before, it's part of the August 2022 call, but that's a second
Correct.
file.
Yeah, the same file.
So that would be
That's you.
you are. And the transcript.
All right, that's the August 22nd call?
Second call.
Second half. That's you as a union. The transcript, these and victims.
Okay. Now, you recognize the records on the screen. I'm going to play snippet. Before I play the snippet for the jury, I want him, Mr. Spinning, to identify voices. Okay? That's the record. So listen to the recordings of voices and tell us if you recognize voices. First, second, third.
Yes, myself and brother.
That's the first one. This is the second one. Go ahead.
Yes, that's the second one. Same thing. Yeah, same thing. Identifying myself and Terell on the conversation.
Okay. You play all three. So you've identified all three of those tapes that we've identified as.
It is the tapes Q, S, and U.
Defense Q, S, and U. You've identified all three as recorded conversations that you made from May of 2022 and August of 2022 of you and for that time.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you watched this proceeding of those ones you said were fake.
Yes.
So they're fake.
No, they're real.
Not real in any way?
No.
Are those recordings a true and accurate recording of your conversation with Relli those 2 days?
Yes.
Okay. Did anyone ask you to make these recordings, by the way?
No, I did it myself.
Why did you do it?
We to protect myself and just document our conversation because he kept calling me numerous times, so it's kind of felt unsafe or just wanted to protect myself.
And when he kept calling you numerous times, why did you feel the need to record these conversations? Was he giving you an impression?
No, it was just weird, to be honest. I just felt uncomfortable.
Because you were not involved in this incident, correct?
No, I was not involved at all. I just wanted to really just mediate the situation, honestly.
Because you were friends with both?
Correct.
And you didn't take a side, did you? No.
It is leading, it is just a.
Okay. Were you friends with both of them?
Yes.
Did you take a side?
No.
All right, now I'm going to play a few snippets here from the recordings. Again, these are questions that were asked.
Which, are you going to play Q, S, or U first?
Yes. I'm going to play Q, S, or U first. I'm going to play a snippet of S first, Your Honor. And again, these are short snippets. They're directly related to the question I asked Ms. Anfine.
All right, let's, Alex, can you distribute the transcript, which is T as well?
Yes.
Do you honor by chance the same?
I have it. Yeah, I can have it.
All right, chat. So here we go. We're gonna get some. And these guys. I don't know what to say exactly, but from what I heard reports of, this is gonna be good. Oh, buddy. Whoa, buddy.
You have an extra for, this is you? Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, okay. So we'll play a snippet from that's the S. And again, by the way, before we play that, who called whom in these two calls?
He called me, and then I would call him back.
And when you record these calls, were you calling him back?
Correct.
Go ahead.
This is a later call, correct?
Yo, what's good, man? Come on, shit, man. Where you at? Crib. What you want? Shit, man. I just hopped on the computer and shit. I was gonna submit the links and shit. You know which links you want to do, or you want me to just pick them shit? Yeah, this shit done. It's probably the one from Sony, all those other publications. Just pick the top ones, probably right, like TMZ, Rolling Stone shit. Mm-hmm. And then when I get it, I know I'm gonna play the site. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna just try to get that shit through you, okay?
Okay. That was yourself and Mr. Ephron?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the one that was saying Rolling Stone?
Carlos.
And you respond saying just pick the top one, something to that effect?
Yes.
And then after asking you to promote these articles on social media, regarding this case, did he say he was gonna throw you something?
Yes.
Yes.
When I get it, I'm gonna throw you something.
When I get it, I'm gonna throw you something?
Yes.
Where did you take that from me?
I'm not sure. Maybe whenever he gets some type of money.
I'm gonna call
Speculation.
speculation.
Speculation, sustain.
I guess we're gonna move on after the second bit from what you reported.
It's from SLC.
See that's also. So on the same exhibit, same transcript, is there a page we should record on?
Page 10.
Page 10? Page 10. You can flip to page 10.
Does the jury have it?
Yes, you want page 10 is 10. All right, listen to this, please, and go ahead.
Like, who gets cool after somebody fired on you 5 times, bro?
That Mr. Ephron saying, who gets schooled if someone fired on you 5 times?
Yes.
Who gives school? Yes.
Okay, who gives school,
That's what you're.
whatever it says. The part I was really focused on was the someone fired on you 5 times. He said that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's on to the next one, which is a different exhibit.
Exhibit Q.
Different exhibit.
No cap.
It's a.
Cap means lying.
And this is still August 27th.
No, this is, I think, May.
You did play August, that was
Right.
August, right? So now we're going to May.
Now we're going to this one.
This wants to be passed out, is that correct?
So what was already played was August 22nd. This is now May 22nd.
Correct.
By meeting August 2022, that's been.
Yeah, August 2020.
2022.
Okay.
Everybody have one? Patrick?
Can I have one?
Do we have one, from Mrs. Judy?
Okay. Page 16, please. Well, the transcripts. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I got a lawyer for extortion, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? You ask for a background lawyer for extortion, you feel me? You're gonna do everything accordingly. everything accordingly, or it's gonna catch up with you.
Whose voice was that, sir?
Terell Ephron.
Did you make up those words?
No.
Did you spoof his voice and how many
No.
other words? The next one is from the same recording.
Same recording, same transcript, page 13.
Same recording, same transcript, page 13.
Just because this would be before, so you're going backwards in the conversation, correct?
No, it's the same one we just heard. This is the May 2022.
My question is in terms of timing, is what you just played before or after in terms of timing? It's earlier in the conversation.
Sure.
I just want to make sure that we're making clear when these are being played.
They don't just doing this shit out of here. That was my game, and regardless, I ain't don't give a fuck about no police, nigga.
Whose voice was that saying, suing the shit out of him? That was my game regardless. I don't think that's about what this.
Terell Ephron.
You didn't make up that voice.
No.
Okay, guys. So he just said, all he does is he wants to sue him. He doesn't give a fuck about the police. Basically, Relli's admitting this is all about the money for him. Just hang tight, guys. Listen to Takapina's comments after it, and you'll hear what's being said.
The computer generate that voice.
No.
Okay, next is from the August 2022 recording, which is exhibit again.
So exhibit U is the second portion of that recording with the transcript page. You would just ask, when you're playing chronologically, is this occurring after the time originally when you played? Right, let's just say this sucks, so we'll be after. No, but you played part of the August call. I'm just trying to understand, is this, you played the August call before this part after, before after the part you played?
Sure, this, let's get the, yes, you have the transcripts out? Yes, sir. Okay. The transcript is used as Victor. The recording is used and used after. Okay.
Okay, is there a page direct?
Page 5.
Page 5. Go ahead.
I already know. I'm in 30 M's.
Okay. What's that say? I already know that 30 M's. Terell Ephron. And would you understand 30 M's to me? $30 million. And you alter that voice? No. Okay.
So Relli wants $30 million. He's going to get his $30 million.
Just a couple more. This is Stereo done.
Same recording, same transcripts, page 5. Continue to page 6.
Same recording, same transcript, page 5, continue on page 6.
He's gonna have to deal with that and his political ties and everything else. Because once I walk away, when I get my cash, the case gets way weaker. It's just like a domestic violence case. If you was to hit your bitch and your bitch was to keep on going through with the situation, you go down. But if you're not there, then you're going against the state and it's way weaker.
Okay, whose voice was that? And what did you understand what you were saying to there?
Jackson's going to call for speculation. It's also irrelevant what he understood. His side is not relevant. It's just straight.
Okay, that's one. There's one last one. I'm going to ask you about what's the question they asked Mr. Ephron now last week. So, same
recording, same transcript.
Same recording, same transcript.
Page 6, continuing to page 7.
Page 6, continuing to page 7. Let's play.
If I'm not there, if you pay me out, I'm going to.
Oh.
I'll walk away. Because I'm doing another highway harassing. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be scrambling to find me because now they have to go against Rocky to see. And you didn't have evidence in saying that it's not going to be the same when you present it to a jury and you don't have a complaining witness.
Mr. Pittman, whose voice was it on that recording that says going to be hard to be able to find me because I'll be going to another island just relaxing?
Terell Ephron. Relli.
And whose voice was it to say they have evidence this, that, and the third, so it's not going to be the same when you present it to the jury and you don't have a complaining witness?
Terell Ephron. Relli.
Did you alter that recording?
No.
Did you superimpose the voice into there?
No.
Did you hear him say that was fake?
Yes.
Was that fake?
No.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Okay. Everybody want a break? Everybody good? All right. Mr. Lewis? Mr. Jimmy, would you agree that you are much closer to the defendant than you are to Relli, correct?
Fair to say.
And you do business with the defendant, right?
Sometimes.
How much money has the defendant paid you for your work in the past 3 years?
3 years? I don't recall.
Well, let's get an estimate.
I would say maybe 20,000 per year, so say 60,000.
And I would assume, is he one of the bigger names that you work with?
No.
He's not.
I work with a lot of people, a lot of brands, a lot of celebrities and names. Yeah.
What was your income last year?
I have to look at it or ask my accountant. So that income last year would say subjection for people. Around 85,000 possibly.
So if your income was 85,000, and even by your own estimate, he would have, his business would be about 25% of your income, correct?
No, like I said, we get paid by a lot of different people.
So that's what I'm telling you. You said you're estimating your income at 20 grand a year. I'm sorry, your income at 85,000 a year. You're saying he's giving you about 20 grand a year over the past 3 years. 20 grand.
I was waiting for him to say, like, I make like $2 million a year, so this wasn't shit. But yeah, that's a lot of money.
Is a little less than 25%.
Well, you asked me for my personal income, right? I didn't tell you what the business thing.
Well,
Right?
I asked you what your business. You said your business, correct?
Correct.
So would you agree that the defendant represents a substantial bit of income for you?
For me personally or my business?
For you personally?
No.
Well, if your personal income is $85,000 and he's giving you $20,000, you just don't consider $20,000 to be significant.
He's not paying me personally. He's paying my business.
So in the end, if he's paying, who owns your business?
I do.
So in the end, does the money go back to you?
Not all of it. I have employees.
So you say that he is a friend of yours, correct?
Correct.
How close of a friend?
Speak time to time. How often? Sometimes I don't hear from you.
How often do you talk to him?
Once every other month, possibly.
So you're aware, and I just want to back up. It's fair to say that the defendant is a pretty big person within the rap world entertainment industry.
You can say that.
Well, I'm not asking. If I'd say, would you agree with it?
Sure.
And would you agree that his girlfriend, significant other, she's even bigger than he is, right?
Sure.
For someone like you, would you agree that being in a good relationship with people like APRocky and Rihanna, that is a positive for your career? Is that right?
Well, I only do business with him. I don't do business with his significant
That wasn't my question. That was a striking answer.
Sustain.
Listen to my question.
Sure.
My question is, would you agree that people like APRocky and Rihanna, given the business you're in, that getting in good with them is positive for your future business?
Sure.
And in fact, that's why as soon as, according to your testimony, as soon as you finish that call with ASAP Relli, you called the defendant, right?
Correct.
And in fact, it's fair to say, you did this call because you wanted to set up Relli to see what you could figure out, what might end up helping ASAP Relli with this case, correct?
No.
So when you set this up, you said you wanted to video, you wanted to audio record. That sounds like you had some planning involved, correct?
I didn't set anything up. I was there to mediate the situation.
So you just decided that you were going to call him up, chat him up, and then immediately after that call, even though you only talked to him like every other month, you're like, yeah, I think I'll call APRocky up.
Well, he was calling me numerous times first.
Who was calling you? APRocky?
Really?
That's not what I asked you. Most of this, right? Yeah, you know what?
He misunderstood.
Listen to my question.
Ask the question again.
What I'm asking you is, you're telling me you rarely talk to APRocky. You talk to him maybe every other month, right?
Correct.
But as soon as you spoke to Relli, the first thing you do is call him up and let him know, hey, here's what I got, right?
Correct. It's a situation between them two.
And you were looking to parlay your calling Relli to see if you can help APRocky and ingratiate yourself with him, correct?
No.
Well, let me ask you something. As you sit here today, would you agree that if APRocky is convicted, that very likely that's probably not going to be a positive for you and your income with respect to him?
No, I'll be fine.
That's not what I asked you. Listen to my question. If APRocky is convicted, you would agree that you might not be getting that 20 grand a year that you estimate you're making from him going forward, correct? Grounds?
Thank you, sir. The first question was, it would be positive. You can't answer that.
That's not a legal question.
Just state the legal question.
a different question. First question was a different question.
Not legal objection. Just. Courtroom. It's a courtroom. Read the last question.
Wow, they're like, that's not objection. Ah! Like, listen to him cry. This guy seems. Wally Sajimi sounds very fucking credible to me. He sounds 100% credible compared to everybody else we've heard so far.
We don't have a still objection. Did you thought?
No, I didn't do it. It's misleading. The first question that answers the question.
That's not an objection, right? It's not
I
a
just
objection.
did. Objection is legal.
That's not a legal California.
Both of you stop. Both of you be quiet. And the answer.
Question, let me ask you something. As you sit here today, would you agree that if APRocky is convicted, that very likely that's probably not going to be a positive for you and your income is affecting him? Answer, no, I'll be fine. Question, that's not what I asked. This is my question. If APRocky is convicted, you would agree that you might not be getting the 20 grand a year that you estimate you're making from him going forward. That's another objection.
It's a fair question.
You understand that question?
Can you ask it again?
Sure. You testified that you're making approximately 20 grand a year. You said your income is $85,000 a year. I'm just asking, you would agree if he gets convicted, you would agree that probably does not portend well for you with respect to continuing to get 20 grand a year from him, correct?
Sure.
Sure, is that a yes?
Yes.
So,
yes.
you would agree that no matter what actually happened in this incident, your motivation, your goal, as you sit here, is you don't want your friend to get convicted, correct?
No, my goal is to tell the truth.
That's not what I asked you. Do you agree that as you sit here right now, that whether or not the defendant committed this crime or not, you don't want him to be convicted?
Technically, no, I don't want anyone to go to jail, so no.
So what you're saying is that even if it is proven that the defendant assaulted the victim in this case with a firearm, you agree that you do not want him to be convicted, correct?
Objection.
Grounds.
It's a fair question.
He doesn't just have objection and then he gets no ground.
All right, well, any grounds, it's overruled. So,
Okay.
So the question to be asked.
Ask again?
Could you read the question back?
Question, so what you're saying is that even if it is proven that the defendant assaulted the victim in this case with a firearm, you agree that you do not want him to be convicted, correct?
No.
So a moment ago, you just said you don't want anybody to get convicted and go to jail. Now I just asked you whether you want the defendant to be convicted, even if he committed a crime. You said, no, I don't agree that I don't want to convict. Which is?
If he committed a crime, sure. Justice, right, needs to be served.
So as you sit here today, your position is you're just an unbiased person coming in here to do your civic duty?
Correct. I was friends with both of them, so.
Well, you weren't really good friends with Relli, correct? You're much closer to the defendant.
I was friends with him.
Well, you were much closer to the defendant, correct?
Correct.
You said you flew out here, is that right?
Correct.
I assume, was that first class of business?
Business?
Nice life flat seats, I assume?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't there. So does sure mean that's what happened? What does sure mean?
Sure mean yes.
Okay, if you can't answer yes or no, just make it easier for me.
No problem.
Okay. So you flew out yesterday on a lie flat seat at the expense of the defendant and his lawyer, is that correct?
Correct.
And you came here not because you have any financial motivation, but because you simply want the truth to come out, is that right?
Correct. Because someone said the audio recordings weren't real.
So let me ask you something. What you just heard, those were snippets of approximately 30 minutes of conversation, is that correct?
Correct.
And during those 30 minutes of conversation, at any point in time, did Relli ever tell you that the shooting did not happen?
No.
Did he ever tell you at any point in time, you know what? Yeah, I'm trying to get his money, but I made the whole thing up.
No.
In fact, isn't it true that what he was telling you was that that man shot him and Relli wanted to make sure that he got his for what happened? Is that correct?
That's what Relli said.
And you weren't there, is that correct?
No.
Correct?
Yeah.
That was another thing. You weren't there, were you?
No, I was not.
And you don't have any idea whether or not this incident happened or didn't happen.
No.
So you're like, did you ever ask Relli? Hey, I'm sorry, did you ever ask the defendant? Hey, listen, this guy's saying you shot at him. You ever ask him what happened?
Objection relevant.
You ever ask him what happened?
I don't recall.
So you are having conversations with Relli, which you're taping, and then immediately calling the defendant to report what happened. And you're telling me you've never asked the man, hey, did you cap 2 rounds at him?
I said I don't recall.
Well, is that something you think you remember?
3 years ago, I don't recall.
So you're telling, I just want to make sure I understand this. Your testimony is, yeah, I'm recording him, I'm well aware of this situation that happened. And I talked to the defendant about it, I talk to him every couple of months. But I've never asked him, hey, Relli's accusing you of shooting him, did you do it? You never asked him that.
I don't recall, no.
Well, isn't it true? You didn't ask him that because you don't want to know the answer.
Objection, Your Honor. The state's testimony, it doesn't recall.
It's cross-examination.
Yeah, it's a fair question,
Isn't it true that you didn't ask him that question because you don't want to know the answer?
Like I said, I don't recall, but I might have asked him.
So now you're saying you might have asked him if he shot Relli, but you don't remember the answer?
I said I don't recall me asking him that question, right?
So let me be clear. I want to know, has the defendant ever discussed with you anything about the shooting?
No.
So then your answer would be, if you ever asked him about it, would be a definite no, correct?
Sure, correct, sorry.
Then why is it a moment ago you just said, I don't know, I don't remember?
Because I don't recall.
Do you understand the difference between no and I don't recall?
Yes.
So no, would you agree, would mean he absolutely never mentioned anything, and I don't recall would be, I'm not sure.
You're picking
Would you agree
here.
with that, those definitions?
We can agree to that.
Just
And my question is, don't you think that as you're taping Relli for somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, getting information about this incident and about what he intends to do, and then calling the defendant back immediately to report what happened, that you might have had a conversation with him about, hey, dude, what actually happened? Did you shoot the guy? You're saying that didn't happen, you never asked?
Never asked.
Are you curious?
No.
So you don't have any interest at all as to whether or not the defendant actually shot at Relli?
Doesn't make a relevancy objection again.
Sorry, go on to that subject.
So, would you agree, your position is that you are talking to Relli and he is telling you about what he intends to do in terms of getting money from the defendant? Would you agree?
Yes.
Did you ever say to Relli during any of these calls that you recorded, hey, Relli, how come you're getting money from him if the shooting never happened?
I never asked that.
Don't you think that would be a legitimate question to ask him?
No, I was just hearing the side of the story.
Well, and in fact, you would agree that there is nothing that Terell has ever said to you, nothing, that in any way indicates that the shooting did not happen. You agree?
I agree.
Would you also agree that whatever efforts Relli makes after the shooting, however much money he asks for, whatever calls he makes, does that change what happened during the incident?
Objection.
What's that?
Sorry, man.
Well, let me ask you something. I'm asking you. You're taping him and you're reporting that conversation to the defendant. I'm asking you, is there anything about Relli's statements about suing the defendant, trying to get $30 million, is there anything about those statements that you are aware of that changes what actually happened the night of the incident?
No, I can't answer that.
So would you agree that whether or not Relli sues for $1, 20 million, 100 million, 20 gajillion dollars, that in the end, either the shooting happened or it didn't? Would you agree?
Yes.
And it's your further testimony, despite all that, you've never had one conversation or asked him one question, the defendant, about what actually transpired?
Objection is
How many calls in total did you record?
2.
2 calls? Now, you said that you were upset because the idea that Relli was coming into court, you said you were offended by his line. Is that correct?
Yes.
When you were taping his calls, did you know you were taping?
No,
Do you think that friends tape other friends' phone calls?
sometimes they can.
I'm asking you. I'm not asking you physically. I assume, sir, that if somebody wants to record a call, I didn't ask whether it's technically possible. I'm asking, do you think that a friend records their friend's phone calls when that person doesn't know?
Objection, he gave an answer.
That's not a legal objection. It's not.
Yes,
It's
yes, yes. It's speculation, and what friends do is irrelevant. Ask another question.
You called Terell a friend of yours, correct?
Yes,
Do you think that it was being a friend of his to tape his phone calls without his knowledge?
yes.
How was that being a friend to Terell?
Sometimes friends do things like that.
You mean sometimes friends betray friends by taping their calls and then calling other people to report what they found? Is that what you mean?
That's more than all the
That's
trial.
argumentative.
So, when is the last time that you had spoken to the defendant prior to immediately calling him after the May 2022 phone call?
I didn't talk to him.
What's that?
I said I didn't talk to him prior to really calling me.
Well, you talked to him before, so I'm asking the last time. When did the last time be?
I'm not sure.
When is the first time? So, when did you first find out about the whole incident, the shooting? When did you find out?
From Relli in 2022,
No, I'm not asking when you found out from Relli. When did you first hear about the shooting?
when Relli told me.
So you're saying you had never heard about this shooting that happened to your friend, APRocky, until May of 2022?
Correct.
So you're saying you speak to him every other month, you're aware that that shooting, that incident happened in November 2021, right?
Yes.
And you're saying that even though your friend was involved in a shooting, lead shooting, APRocky, you didn't hear about it for 5 months?
I heard about it from Relli first.
And you said the first time you heard about it from Relli was in May of 2022. That's what you testified to, right?
Yes.
So when's the first time you talked to Relli after November of 2021?
I'm not sure.
Well, give me an estimate of when the last time you spoke to him was.
I said I'm not sure.
Well, here's my question. You would agree that the shooting involving APRocky, that was a big media event. Would you agree?
Yes.
Didn't you say, wait, what do you do for a living? Well, let me just get this right. You basically work on people's boosting their media profile, correct?
It's not what I do for a living.
What do you do for a living?
I'm not sure if you heard, but I run a technology agency and we build websites, software for brands, creatives, artists, musicians.
Right, you testified, quote,
And part of that, if you want me to get into it, sometimes people offer things like Relli did to help with their social media.
you are very involved in the rap and entertainment world, correct?
No, I'm not a rapper. I don't make music. I don't produce beats.
That's not what I asked you.
You asked if I'm involved in the rap.
Are you involved in working with individuals in the music or rap and entertainment world?
No. Might be 10%, 20% of my client list.
So 10% or 20% of your client list, but APRocky is approximately 20-25% of your income. Just want to clarify that, correct?
You said, is my client list rappers or in the music industry? Repeat the question.
So here's what I'm asking you. You're telling me you never heard of this incident until May of 2022. You're telling me that Relli is contacting you saying he wants you to boost his media profile. He's naming outlets like Rolling Stone magazine, correct?
Yes.
So wouldn't it be your job to be monitoring what's going on in the media with individuals that you're talking to?
No, it's not my job.
So let me ask you something. Your sworn testimony is, Relli told me about it for the first time in May 2022. That's the first I heard of this shooting, correct?
Yes.
Let me ask you, given what you do for a living, does that sound reasonable to you?
Yes.
So let me ask you something off the sidebar. This is nothing about the record in terms of. Come on up, please.
All right, Chad, hold on. We're going to catch up here.
Is that okay with anybody? Mr. Sajemi has a flight out tonight. Can we go
well past 4:30. Is there anybody who could not go till 5:30? Now, and it's merely to accommodate his flight. We want to try to get finished with him today. Is that okay with anybody? Is that okay with everybody? Kathy's willing, everybody's willing to stay, but I don't want to, if one of you has a commitment, I don't want to interfere with your lives. But if Mr. Jimmy wasn't fine, you go back to Paris?
Yeah.
When did you fly?
6:30.
6:30
Yes.
tonight? 6:30 p.m.?
There's one that we had on hold for, I think, 8 months.
That might be a lot. All right.
See, guys, you're dealing with like the LA movie stars. It's like he's got to get to Paris. But yeah, like this is why they're calling him out of turn, because he's got to get back to work. And I assume they thought the trial would have moved along a little faster by now. So they're going to keep going.
Again, I apologize to you all, but I want to get finished. We all want, yes.
Can I make a quick phone call for my rights?
I can't hear you.
Can I just make a quick
Of
phone
course.
call?
Why don't we take a break now? Kathy, if you all can stretch your legs, if you want to make a phone call, make a phone call. Let's resume at 10 minutes before.
Your Honor, really, the J.A. Fire privately, I'm guessing might be difficult in the jurisdiction. I'm just hoping that we inquire in more private settings, so they're able to.
If you can't do it, can you please let me know? It's okay. I know this is a big ask. Don't be shy. I'm seeing no hands. I'm going to assume that everybody is on board. All right. 10 to 4, folks.
All right, judge says 10 to 4. Let's see if that happens. 3:39. Whoop. Let's see what time they come back. Let's see what time they come back. Chat. Not a 10 to 4. They take like 20. This guy's got like old people time, man. Like we're taking 10-minute break. 20 minutes later.
Exhibit equals 28. It's a DVD that has 3 audio recordings on it.
Are these the phone call?
Yes.
All right, the DVD is 28.
Chat, they were in a hurry. The guy's on a private flight. He's not like on a chart. He's on a chartered flight. He's not on a commercial flight. Like a G5, you could fly all the way from LA to Paris. Like it's not impossible. Either way, he's got that. They gave the jurors time to go out and make phone calls to arrange for their families and lives. That's why they took the break.
And then the first call that we're going to play is the May 12, 2022 call. We have the court redactions, and so the transcript of that will be 29.
Your Honor, can the jury be instructed that they are not trying to speculate what was redacted, what wasn't redacted?
Yeah, I had told you earlier that there are things in the transcripts that have been taken out. The things that have been taken out have no bearing on any decision you have to make. So that's why I didn't take it. What we provided to you is what will assist you in your decision.
Well, now, I'll ask a couple of questions first. Ms. Jeannie, have you actually heard the full recordings of what you turned over?
Yes.
When's the last time you heard them?
This morning.
So you heard them in their entirety, is that correct?
Correct.
Would you agree that what the defense played was a tiny snippet overall of those recordings?
Yes, the recording was 30 minutes. Waited, 3 minutes? So, yes.
And I just want to be clear. Even on the part of it, whatever part was edited that the jury is going to hear, at no point in time did Relli ever say to you, or imply, or infer that the shooting did not happen. Is that correct?
Correct.
Would you agree that in every interaction you've had with him, however many there are, since the incident occurred, that he has always been very clear in his position that the defendant shot at him and that he was hit?
Yes.
All right, we're going to play these to make it easy. You would agree that when the defense played you the calls, they started with them out of order. The first snippet they played was from August, and actually your first call was in May. Is that correct?
May, June, July, August is the correct order. Dates correct. Yeah.
Okay, you're saying May, June, July, August. I thought we only have 2 dates.
I'm giving you a sequence of dates, right?
Okay,
A
no,
month, right? So-
you know, let me just inquire, I'm a little confused what you just said. So my understanding is there are only 2 calls, one in May
Correct.
and one in August, is that right?
Yes.
But you just said May, June, July, and
Let me
August.
correct myself. I'm giving you, you asked me, was May before August? I said yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right? So May,
Understood.
June, July, August is a
Got it.
sequence of dates.
So, understood. So I'm just making clear, we're now gonna play this. What we're gonna play, you would agree, this is chronologically, meaning this is the versus and recorded calls, is that right?
Yeah.
And before we start, it's your position that Relli called you and you called him back, all ready to record, is that right?
Yes.
Prior, when he had called you, at that point in time, you didn't know what he was gonna say, correct?
No, it was just a lot of calls.
Right, but what I'm saying is, at the time he called you, in May, you don't know about the shooting.
No,
Right.
correct.
Okay, so the first time you find about the shooting is during the May 2022 call, and because you don't know what he's gonna be talking to you about, you have no idea why there's gonna be any value in recording him, is that right?
No, but there was a numerous amount of missed calls calling you, so.
Here's what I don't understand. Why? If you don't know anything about the incident, anything about the allegations, why are you taping a call with your friend?
Just to protect myself, just to have, just oversight.
Why would you need to protect yourself from a friend when you know nothing about any incident that he was involved in?
Seemed weird.
So you're saying you got repeated calls from somebody, your friend, Relli. You didn't know what it was about. And so your response to getting repeated calls from him was to go, you know what, I'm gonna call him back and I think I'm gonna tape him and not tell him, is that correct?
Correct.
And you're saying that was done because you felt you needed to protect yourself, is that right?
Correct.
What were you protecting yourself from?
Just whatever was said. I mean,
So do you typically, when you get missed calls, do you call people back and you record them?
they're being weird, yes.
What is weird about a missed call?
10 missed calls in 2 minutes, weird.
So when you say if someone's being weird, you didn't talk to them, correct?
No, but there might have been texts too, but I don't remember.
All right, let's play. I want you to listen to this. I'm gonna ask you questions about it.
Your Honor, when we get to the last page, it didn't print out, so I will pull it up on my computer.
So there's a page 16.
There it is.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have.
No one has it. That's why I said I'll pull it up on my computer. All right.
Should be on the screen.
All right, I'm gonna start the recording. And the file name is IMG_0786 redacted.
This is the May 12, 2022 call.
Yo, bro. Yo. Shit comes in, my bad. I'm in my girl shit bed sometimes. What happened was, I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm at both y'all niggas for that shit. I've been filming.
Did you hear what we just said?
Yes.
You just said, quote, I'm not trying to pick sides and shit. I thought you don't know anything that's happened.
Like I said, there might have been texts private.
No, what you testified to, sir, was that the first time you ever heard anything about that incident was when Terell called you. And I'm reading this, and it says, quote, I'm not trying to pick sides and shit. So I want you to explain to me, if you didn't know about it before this call, what in the heck is that comment about?
Yes, Judge Argument.
Sustain.
Please explain what you meant by, I'm not trying to pick sides and shit, if you did not have any prior knowledge of the incident.
Trying to mediate the situation after that.
How can you mediate a situation that you know nothing about and you've never heard of?
Like I told you, I might have received the text. So yeah.
Do you recall me asking you prior to the break, 3 different times, and again after the break, whether you had heard anything about the incident until you talked to Terell on May 12, 2022, and you responded each time, no, this was the first time I heard of it. Do you recall responding? Sorry, Ron. It's loud because this court knows I can't hear, so my apologies.
Yes, but I thought you were specifically talking for the phone call, so yeah.
Can you repeat that, please?
You can repeat your question. No, I'm sorry.
So what I'm asking you is, I asked you 4 different times before the break, 1 time after the break. I confirmed the first time you had ever heard anything about this shooting incident that happened in November was during the May call, with Relli. And yet the first thing you say is you're not trying to pick sides and shit. And then you say, in testimony today, I was trying to mediate. So my question is, how can you be talking about not picking sides and about mediating when you never heard of what happened?
I think I answered this where I think I received text as well. So, yeah, and what I mean by picking sides is trying to mediate the situation.
So when you say you received text, so are you now changing your testimony and saying, yes, I knew about this incident beforehand?
Objection.
Repeat the question?
Are you now saying, yes, I was aware of the incident from November of 2021 prior to this phone call?
I'm not sure. 3 years ago.
So, look, I want you to take a look at the transcript. I want you to look at page 2, and I want you to read again to yourself, and I want you to read starting at line 8 to line 11, and tell me if now you understand whether or not.
Yeah, I think I get your question, and my answer again is, I believe, I'm not sure if I received, I think I received text messages about the situation, so, yeah.
So you're saying you decided to keep, you recorded these calls. Did you save those text messages?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? Do you have those text messages today?
Probably not, and the definition of I'm not sure is.
Mr. Lord, are you going to play with the rest of the?
I don't know.
I am, but I'm taking them one at a time, and then I'll start playing again. All right, let's. I think it's easier to hit each point as it comes up.
You hit this one a lot.
Well, Your Honor, I'm trying to get. He just now said that there are text messages he believes. What do you believe was said in the text messages?
I don't remember.
Well, so obviously, if you knew about it, that would have meant that Relli would have had to have told you what happened in these texts.
Possibly.
Well, when you say possibly, will you at least concede that you knew about the incident, given what you said, prior to you recording the conversation?
Can't confirm that, but I'm not sure.
And let me ask you again, since your memory's a little hazy, is it, as you sit here, maybe you think you might have talked to the defendant about it sometime between November and May?
No.
So what would be your rush, sir, right after you talked to Relli, to call the defendant if that was the first time you ever heard anything about the shooting, the lawsuit? What made you immediately pick up the phone and call Rocky?
I think I answered this, trying to mediate the situation, so send it over to him.
All right, couldn't change like.
Goodness, that nigga 100% crazy and wrong. 100% wrong. And he got 12 years, it was mixed up. I'm not, you gotta understand, Rocky, been on this high horse for a very long time, you feel me? Yeah.
Would you agree, sir, that during this little section, that Relli is basically telling you, he is saying that the defendant was 100% wrong, and then you got 12 ills mixed up in it?
I'm going to object.
Do you agree that in that section, sir, as you listen to it, as you read it right now, that Relli is telling you that Rocky is basically going wrong?
I'm objecting again.
The words speak for themselves.
Exactly.
Keep going. Push the play button.
Your Honor, I'm doing.
Oh, push the play button. Let's continue.
I'll do that, but again, I keep asking. He doesn't give grounds. We're lawyers. Lawyers give grounds. That's how law works in California.
I know how it works in California.
Well, Your Honor,
I'm not telling me how it works in California, how it doesn't work. No speaking objections. State of grounds, state objection, and the legal grounds. Push the play button.
To do what he did, he forced my hand. Really, I got over 20 missed calls between him and Bills. Why is Rocky going out his way to do anything like that? You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you're gonna hear the story or whatever it is, but you gotta look at it like this. Why is he going out his way to call me 20 times at Bills and tell me with him text messages saying link up where you at? And all of this is because of I pressed him about Josh, him not doing right by Josh, and he spoke to Josh's mom and lied. You get what I'm saying? So I wrote him about.
Were you aware prior to Relli relating this information to you that there had been a pre-existing issue between Relli and Rocky regarding Josh?
No, I don't know based on that.
Did you know what he was referring to?
Not really, I don't know Josh. I don't know Josh.
But you agree that ASAP Relli told you that he, in essence, pressed Rocky about Josh and about him not doing right by Josh and accusing Rocky of lying. That's what he told you, correct?
Yeah, he's telling us how to story.
All right, please continue.
He gets a Bari later about that, but I'm with Bari. Bari got the phone on speaker. You get what I'm saying? This shit didn't fit well with me. So Rocky talks about me within that conversation because he sees I text him about Josh. You feel me? Told him taking ASAP out my name. This was 7 months ago. I took ASAP out my name. You feel me? Yeah. He's a bitch. So he goes in and says, hey, Bari influenced a whole week later doing that complex car shit. You feel what I'm saying? Just so happened I'm with Bari while Rocky is Rocky says my name. You get what I'm saying? Real money, 12 year bills is at his house. I hit Real money the next morning. Tell Real.
You would agree that is ASAP Relli telling you that basically he is present for a conversation where ASAP Rocky is talking to Bari and just saying negative things about Relli, correct? That's what that means, correct? But it's not clear, and I'm asking the witness because the witness understands how they speak to each
You've
other.
already indicated that you want a legal ground. Mr. Takapitas said objection. He's about to state the legal ground.
It's irrelevant what he believes relevant. That's the same objection.
I'm saying,
No, I'm not asking what
the words speak for themselves. In final argument, you can put your interpretation on what was said. Mr. Takapitas can do the same thing.
you are not allowed to inquire the witness since they're speaking in a manner that is not necessarily easy for anybody to understand. I have to inquire him, what does that mean? I'm not asking.
You're not asking what that means.
What does it mean? What does what you just heard, where Terell tells you that just basically, and I heard you, but in Rocky head, he looked like a bitch because Barry had him on speaker. Rocky didn't know who else heard that conversation, but I heard him talk about it. And I told Rocky over the years, and if you have a problem with me, let me know. Stop rocking me to sleep. You feel me?
I can't tell you what he means. You need to ask Terell.
I think it might be helpful if Mrs. Judy had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, listening to that, you didn't understand that to me, that there had been a phone call where Rocky had been talking bad about Relli, not knowing Relli could hear it, and it's already been involved. That's not what you understood that to me.
He's telling us under the story, so sure.
No, I didn't ask you whether it was true or not. I asked you, is that what Relli told you?
Yeah, someone on this side of the phone call.
Okay. All right, keep playing.
I heard Rocky bitch ass tell him I don't fuck with him, woo, you feel me? No fighting words or none of that. Just basically, I heard you. But in Rocky's head, he looked like a bitch because Rocky had him on speaker. Rocky don't know who else heard that conversation, but I heard him talk about me, and I told Rocky over the years, nigga, you have a problem with me, let me know. Stop rocking me to sleep, you feel me? Next thing you know, I guess that was enough for him. He felt like a bitch because he knew I heard that conversation. I wasn't supposed to hear that conversation because Rocky I never heard him say curse words or even have that type of energy towards me. You know what I mean? So now I know the real him. I tell Real money, tell that nigga fuck him. You feel me? Boom, boom, boom. Shit is related to him. Next thing you know, I get over 20, 30 missed calls between him, and Rocky's text messages. I'm saying that the most. I tell him he calls me, I probably answer him sleeping.
Did you take from that, if you heard it, that Relli was now telling you that there was a dispute between he and Rocky that also now was bringing in kills as well, and that it had resulted in 20 or 30 missed calls between the defendant and Relli?
But I'm objecting again for the same reason I object to court's relevant. What this witness took from words of the transcript.
Stop. Both of you, no speaking objections, don't debate. Do you know what this means?
I can't decipher what somebody, I'm hearing this side of the story, I can't decipher what they actually do.
Okay, all right, go on.
I'm not asking you whether you believe it or whether it's credible. I'm simply asking you, when you were told this, Relli was telling you that this dispute between he and Rocky had resulted in 20 to 30 missed calls between him, which is Relli, Hills, and Rocky. Is that right?
He's telling me that.
Yes. And he's also telling you he's staying at the Lowe's, and he tells you that he finally answers because he's sleeping. Is that right?
He's telling me that.
Now, you said you've been watching this trial, correct?
Correct.
When did you find out you were going to be a witness in this case?
Just recently.
Well, a couple of days ago, correct?
Correct.
And you continue to watch the trial. Is that correct?
Correct.
Didn't the defense tell you, hey, listen, you're going to be a witness in this case? You should not be watching the trial?
That's wrong.
Sustain. Sustain.
For what, not John?
It's irrelevant. Just ask another question.
When you were watching the trial, you were hearing and listening what witnesses were saying about this case, is that correct?
Yes.
So as you sit here, you know everything that's taking place up to this time in this trial, is that right?
No, I didn't watch every minute of every hour of the case.
Well, you certainly know overall what has been transpiring in this case, correct?
Not overall.
Do you know what,
If I'm missing days, how is that overall?
do you know what the defense is in this case?
Objection.
Sustained.
Are you aware that the defense is claiming that it was a prop gun that was used by ASAP Rocky?
Objection.
What's ground?
It's not relevant what Mr. Sajimi is aware of as it relates to the defense.
Have you ever seen Rocky with prop gun?
Objection.
Yeah, he doesn't know, and it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
And
Guys,
would you
this is
agree,
not-
I'm just gonna ask you, but would you agree that in the world that you're involved in the entertainment world, in the rap world, if
The
somebody
rap
is
game.
concerned about violence or a home invasion robbery, are you
Hi,
aware
David.
of your experience? Did anybody ever
I need to
carry
talk
these
to you
properties
tonight.
into
If you
your
get a second.
life?
Objection.
I got a question for you.
I'm asking, he's aware. No speculation about it. Okay.
It's asking him to speculate. So,
I'm not in the entertainment world.
No, you don't have to. He said he's not in the rap world. Ask another question.
He said, where you at? With a slim voice. I'm like, huh? Where you at? Nigga, I'm at the W. I'm not really at the Lowe's. You feel me? You know, Hollywood Boulevard. It all look the same. You're like, no, you're not. Nigga, that's a bum ass hotel. I'm like, huh? He said, show me outside. Okay. All it look the same. I'll show him outside. When he does, I'll be in 5 minutes. I'm like, alright. My girl, like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. He calls me. It was coffee. I got only text messages. What do you think is done? You were a couple of people heard the story. Like, yo, he had thinking this whole sweet, but his wife is really. And bro, that's what I wanted to ask you, bro. Like, why didn't you really though? You feel me? Why take it to the guys? You feel me? Who, me? Yeah, they know how to do it. I'm winning not, bro. He's a multi-millionaire. He blamed at me. I'm no longer on his level. Everybody turned on me. Everybody, bro. Yeah, everybody turned on me.
What did you mean when you said, why take it to, the guys? What did that mean?
The police, I wanted to have them find a resolution outside of legal or police.
Would you agree that if Rocky shot him and hit him, isn't that a police matter?
Objection.
Sure, yes.
Well, so why then are you
Really
saying,
answer that.
you know what, why are you taking it to the guys?
I think I just answered that.
So have you already decided what side you're on?
No, but I think when you're trying to mitigate a situation, the best solution is not all of this.
You just said mitigate. Before you said mediate.
Mediate, I'm sorry.
Well, let's back up. You were trying to mitigate this situation for your buddy.
I spoke wrong. I'm trying to mediate.
Let me ask my question. Who used
What
the
an
word
asshole.
mitigate?
I did it, I was wrong.
Motion to strike everything after I did as non-responsive. You would agree that in using that term, that could certainly, if you could convince Relli to not cooperate with the police or authorities, that could mitigate the situation for your friend ASAP Rocky, correct?
I'm trying to mediate the situation.
How exactly were you trying to mediate the situation to help Relli?
Really just hear him out.
Hear him out on a tape call that you could then call your buddy ASAP Rocky about, is that right?
Mediating the situation to me was hearing him, his frustration.
Hearing his frustration, your friend, so you can report it to the true person that you had interest in protecting, correct?
I think it was right to show the other person, or show both sides when you're talking both sides. So, yeah.
How many of your calls with Rocky you did?
None, we didn't talk on the phone. Never talked on the phone.
Go ahead, continue, play.
Yes. I'm just gonna reopen it.
I'll ask another question in the meantime. So we don't waste any time.
Everybody turned on me. Everybody, bro. Why did everybody turn on me that day? Because what the fuck am I doing? Spell his gun, go shoot up, shoot him up. What am I cripple him? Because he's a no-timer, bro. I'm not having nobody shoot at me when I'm taking it on the chin. And two, I'm not about to spin on Rocky's block. I'm already a millionaire, nigga. You get what I'm saying? So,
At this point, Relli was telling you that Rocky had shot at him, correct? What you just heard.
I don't know what he meant exactly with why wouldn't I, bro? He's a multi-millionaire. Land at me. No longer so.
Where he says, or do I cripple him because he's a multimillionaire, bro? I'm not having nobody shoot at me. You didn't understand that to me? He was saying that Rocky shot him?
That's what he meant. I can't decipher what he meant, right?
You cannot decipher what he meant by I'm not having nobody shoot at me. You can't decipher that.
Just to say, the words speak for themselves. Again, you can comment on the final argument, or Mr. Zlomek, whoever does the final argument, as can Mr. Tarpina. The words are there. Both of you can put whatever inference you want. Go on to the next question.
you're a black nigga who makes everything how to get money, how to do this. You prosecute that? Do you have a foundation for black people? Do you have a foundation for anybody that knows it's greed? You get what I'm saying? So I can say it and be like, oh, how you meet somebody like that, bro? You take away what they have, drugs. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not doing it on some like this, that, and third. I was like, holy shit, I would have had a guy warrior. I'm just saying, because he weird, me 4 or 5 times, I had to use pills as a shit while he dead.
Did Relli tell you that he had to use pills as a shield or I'm dead?
He said that.
Keep playing.
You know, chat, like, there's only so much we can really comment on here. The judge is over this bullshit. I can tell you that much by looking at him. He is so fucking over this right now. He is very, like, last week he was pissed and now he's still pissed.
I'm not trying to emphasize shit with some paper or something, but you know, like, bro, it's too late. You told me shit I did. I am John, the same day. But it's all on him. He had nothing but see, nothing but time. Bro, I got the best lawyer in LA and work on my business. You feel me? He told John to try to contact me. I sent him the picture of bullets, sent him the text messages of him, letting him know how serious this is. You know what he said? Nigga, fuck you. I feel, bro. So what am I supposed to do? I accept it.
So, Relli is telling you that the defendant shot at him and then basically told him, F you, I'm not giving you anything. And your response is, he says, you feel me, and you say, yeah. What was the point of your response?
I'm consulting through mediation, so.
So you're consulting to a mediator.
Not gonna lie, chat. You know, him saying I tried to talk to him and he didn't give me anything is not a very sympathetic thing. So that shows there was a shakedown. It shows there was extortion. It shows Relli trying to shake down Rocky before he went to the cops further. Like, I don't understand why the state thinks this is a massive dub.
Hey, can you explain what you mean by that, please?
I'm meeting the situation, so I'm hearing it out.
Isn't it true that what you're doing is you are trying to make Relli think that you are on his side, while at the same time you are taping him and then immediately contacting the man he is saying shot at him, who is actually your closer friend. Isn't that correct?
No, I'm mediating the situation, so.
Keep playing. So you also say, this is on, you got it in front of you. You say, you've got to try to squash this shit, get some paper or something, or what? You know, like, you see that? That's on page 8, lines 7 through 9.
Yes.
You're telling him, when you need to get some paper, you're telling him you got to get some money from the defendant, correct?
I'm really just giving him options to mediate the situation so there's resolution.
Right, and the option you're giving him is you're basically telling him he can go get money from the defendant. That's what that means, correct?
No.
What does it mean when you're saying to go get paper? What does that mean?
I'm giving him options, right? Not just one option, which is.
So listen, I didn't ask you how many options you're giving me. Listen to my question.
You said, what does this mean?
What does it?
Let me finish, right? Sure. So what does this mean from line 6 to 9?
No, let me go.
That's what you asked, right?
No, this is what I asked you.
All right.
You ready? What does it mean when you said get some paper or something? What does that mean?
It can be money.
What's that?
I said it can be money.
Wait, it can mean money or it did mean money?
Can.
What did it mean when you said it?
I said can mean.
Listen to my question. Are you the one that said that?
Yeah.
When you said it, did it mean money?
Yeah.
You were telling him you can get some money from Rocky. That's where you're saying you're trying to mediate, correct?
No.
No?
I'm giving options to mediate the situation.
Sir, one of those options is, you're telling him an option would be get some paper or something, correct?
Correct.
Now let me ask you, up until this time in the conversation, has Relli mentioned that he is going to try to be getting a bunch of money from the defendant?
I'm not sure.
Well, would you agree that it looks like you're the person suggesting he go get some money? He just gets some paper, correct?
Giving an option with the mediation.
And that's coming from you, correct?
Correct.
And you're aware that's exactly what he did, correct?
I believe so.
Well, you believe so, you're aware, you said, you take him, he went and got a lawyer, and he ended up suing the defendant for money, is that right?
I believe so.
Okay, come on. Keep going.
Niggas shooting at me 4 or 5 times while I almost died, or shoot his head. Now coming with suing, of course, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. So that's when he got to agree. You feel me?
I feel you know when it's this why like you feel me, no taping or nothing, was that like you feel me? Like
bro, he's a grown, he's 33 years old. He got other things talking for him. He know what he did. You know what I'm saying? He got more than enough time. This shit happened 7 months later. He was trying to reach out to me. He's still gonna reach out to me.
I feel with the legal shit in front of you know, so
that's right. I didn't even know about that way.
When he said on the top of page 9, he says, now coming with suing the court, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. He was referring to the incident with Rocky, right? That's how you took it, is that right?
Objection to what he heard, brother, saying this again.
That's correct.
can you repeat the question?
So he is saying the severity of this case, and he says, now coming with suing the court, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. So that's where he's going to. That's why he got a read. You feel me, and you say, yeah, I feel. Ain't no way ends good like you feel me. No paper, no nothing, Rosie. You're saying at that point, he's telling you he tried to kill me, and you're telling him, hey, get some money, correct? As an option.
Trying to mediate the situation, yes.
That's not the question I asked you. Are you telling him to get some money as an option?
Not directly.
So what does it mean? What is indirect about you mentioning get some paper?
I think it's the way we talk. You really wouldn't understand, but there's a way we talk that puts out options, right? So, yeah.
So you're saying you indicated that paper is money, and you admitted that you're telling him to go get some paper, and now you're telling me apparently I can't understand the way you talk. It means something different.
You're just highlighting the word paper.
No, you said the word get some paper.
You're highlighting the word paper, but if you look around it, there's certain ways we talk that I'm giving off different options to mediate the situation.
So you're basically saying that in order for anybody to understand this conversation, we got to ask you to interpret, correct?
No, not necessarily, no.
Well, if you're saying that we can't understand the plain words you're giving, and you're further saying that you understand it and we don't, then it would seem that the only way we could understand would be to ask you to explain it, correct?
No, if I said the dog was red, you can understand the dog is red. With certain terminology and the way we talk, you wouldn't understand it.
I just want to be clear.
You've accomplished what you meant to accomplish. Mr. Playback.
Boy, I got a lawyer. When you get a lawyer, that has nothing to do with voice. And Jabari is his friend. He might as well thank him for him not being able to get to you. Because those are allegations, you feel me? He had enough, and you're part of the PR team. He would have enough people to block that if Jabari didn't say nothing, bro. Those are allegations. Jabari made it official.
Yeah, so what's the next one?
Jabari's getting sued too. Jabari's getting sued for defamation.
Because everybody was bad, bro. I'm just trying to.
He was bad. He did that, bro. I didn't call you. I didn't have a gun. He left this in Hollywood house. Everybody saying everybody was bad. Why everybody put the finger? Because when I take bro out of Hollywood, I got so many people. That's what niggas saying. He's an admission. You got to pay my way around him every single time.
Did Relli ever tell you during any conversation that he had any gun or any weapon during this incident?
Not sure, no.
Not sure or no, which is.
Relli himself?
Did Relli ever tell you during any conversation that during this incident in November 2021 with the defendant, that he, Relli, had a gun or any kind of weapon?
No, he never mentioned that.
In fact, he said, made very clear he didn't have a gun, correct?
Correct.
Did you ever ask the defendant if he had a gun?
No.
Keep playing.
That's him. He uses it. He was 20 and that was the whole joke. That was the whole shit with Barbie, and that's the whole game. You get what I'm saying? And nigga asked his Barbie, he comes to the complex car and Barbie laughs at him like, nigga, you're not using me. Nigga, the next conversation was about how he got 12 and there was on a jet or some whole shit. I feel you. Shit, that was shit. We grew up together, man. Like, you feel me? Like, I made that nigga fuck over. I made that nigga. I know 12, I know, he didn't know yet. He didn't pop up at my crib. On purpose, right? I made that nigga. That's why you feel like that, bro. I've been house swapped in that. Just already up the bro. I put every last one. I just know that nigga's a kind of endless shit. You know,
So when you're saying you just want this shit in, you want bygones to be bygones, you wanted to mitigate this situation, whether the defendant shot him or not, correct?
I'm saying to mediate the situation.
Did you hear what you were just going to say?
Yes, I can read.
Okay, so my question is, when you're saying, I just want all you ends to kind of end this shit, and you know, bygones be bygones, you are saying you do not care what actually happened, you just want the situation to be over, correct?
No, it's not.
So what did you mean by that?
I think I answered this. When you're mediating, when it comes to a resolution, and yeah.
So I'm gonna ask this question again because you're not answering it. These are your
Sustain.
Sir,
Don't answer what about it.
sir, these are your words. So I'm gonna read these words and I'm gonna ask you specifically what the words meant. You said, I just want you all ends to kind of end this shit and you know, bygones be bygones. What did you mean when you said that?
I think I just told you to mediate it and find a resolution between you.
Move on, move on.
He's not answering the question. He's not
Just did, move on.
Yeah, he answered the question. He asked an answer. I mean, he's explaining it. The beef they had. Whatever shit they were squabbling over, he wanted it to end. That's what he was trying to do.
Who ends anything when a nigga shoot at you 4 or 5 times, you gotta grab another member to protect yourself? He called me out my living space. Called me to tell me to stop ducking him. He played that it's premeditated, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't even take any time to come to a gun battle. I came to link him to see what the fuck this status was about. He pulls out. He tries to test bomb me. He tries to test bomb me and then pull out a gun for self-defense. He's a pussy boy. Give me a Ills is standing in between while he's trying to shoot me. He didn't give me no seconds for it. He acting like that. And I got it all on camera. You don't want that, like, trust me. You stupid. He did it all on camera, Cam. We're looking at me because of bars in off right now, but in a few seconds, I wanted to do an HBO or do anything. His whole career is fucking. Everybody's looking at me like the man.
So that's what you, like what's your eyes, what's the end game of the world?
And you know, I'm sorting this shit out of here. That's what else my game. And regardless, I don't give a fuck about no police, nigga. I'm over here as a multi-millionaire trying to kill me.
So it's
You were playing a small clip of this by the defense that only had the I'm suing shit out of him. That was my game regardless. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Would you agree that that clip alone, just by itself, doesn't put the rest of the conversation in context?
Objection to that.
Still no ground, John. Objection to that.
The objection is, that's an improper question, but that was an impeachment question, what I asked everyone.
That's not a legal objection. Your Honor, I keep asking you.
If you want, when the defense is asking questions, if you just want to say objection without a legal ground, I could probably infer what the legal ground is. I want to move the case along.
Your Honor, I'm just asking. The court has said they ordered both sides. We're lawyers.
Right.
I can't respond when he doesn't give a legal ground. The court makes me an offer that I don't have to say legal ground. That's not the rule of the court. I state a legal ground because I'm a lawyer. He simply says objection.
So what do you suggest?
He give a legal ground, as you told him.
And if he doesn't?
Then the objection is overruled. According to the evidence code and the rules of court. The court knows. I'm not telling the court anything the court's not aware of. That's all I'm asking, Judge. Just stay around. And instead we get along.
I heard you.
Okay.
Proceed.
All right.
Besides suing somebody like that, you can read that. You gotta face the consequences of that because.
You know, it's funny. He's like, well, if they object, I don't know what to do. Like, how do you not know you don't know what to do? You know what he's trying to do. You know what he's objecting to. Like, let's not act like you've never fucking done this before. So, yeah, this is not going well. The state is losing its case right now.
You want to get gangster and run this crib like that. I feel that's nothing to do with me. You feel me? I do my part. They move that on my head. What else am I supposed to do? I feel. I mean, like, slap that shit in the street, type shit like that. Hey, you street nigga. Bro, what the fuck? I feel. You know what?
What did you mean when you said, I feel, I mean, like, squash that shit in the street type shit? What does that mean?
I think that's another cultural thing that you kind of wouldn't understand that we use, where it's really mediating the situation among ourselves.
Your Honor, do you instruct the witness to answer the question? That's not an answer.
Yeah, and refrain from suggesting to Mr. Lewin or anybody else what they would or would not understand. Just answer the question directly. Ask the question.
It's hard to answer someone.
Do your best. Okay.
Sir, I'm asking you, listen to my question, what you meant, what you said. I'm not asking you to respond that you were mediating. That's not answering the question. I'm not actually asking you to tell me that I wouldn't understand it. You said the word.
It's just
what did you mean?
Let's find a resolution.
What specifically does it mean? Squash that shit in the street type shit. What does that mean?
Keep mentioning what it means. I'm telling you, within our culture, it needs to find a resolution.
Bury the hatchet. Get it
Answer the question and move on. And the resolution that you've already advised him of is get some paper, get some money, and keep the
As I
confidential.
answer this, I listed different options as well.
But what other option did you list, sir, besides get the money? What other option did you list in?
Have a conversation.
Have a conversation. So you're mediating, and your solution is, after the victim has been shot at, your solution is he should either get some money or have a conversation with the defendant. Is that correct? That's your solution?
There's more solutions, but yes.
Well, I'm asking, what solution specifically during this call, other than get some money, did you offer to Relli to solve the situation? Maybe one.
I think just to talk. You can get the situation, yeah. Just talk.
You're aware that Relli has told you that they went to talk and the defendant pulled a gun on him and then shot at him a couple of minutes later the last time they talked. You're aware of that, correct?
But over time, people's sensitivity and their feelings kind of change, so you can come to a common ground and talk.
So your advice to Relli was, sit down with the defendant, whether he shot you or not, because times change, we need to keep the police out of it, and we need to settle this amongst ourselves. That's pretty much your advice?
Trying to mediate the situation so we can talk.
Okay.
So there's a better resolution in the circuits.
Wait, a circus, or you mean a lawsuit where the defendant might suffer adverse consequences, or a criminal case where he might suffer adverse consequences?
I just need a resolution.
What do you mean you just said a circus?
Just really high publicity, public things.
Well, in fact, you had this conversation in May. That was just a short time after it was publicly revealed. You're aware now, you've been watching the trial, you said a lot of the trial. You're aware that originally when this case happened in November, that Relli was not identified. But in April of 2022, it went all over the media saying that Relli was the guy involved, calling him a snitch, calling him a rat. You're aware of that now, correct?
Time to move on. Were you aware of that?
I was aware when he told me that.
When did he tell you that?
He told me about the situation on the phone call.
Go ahead, bud.
And we just, this ain't no street nigga, man. He got 3 or 4 bodyguards, bro. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. This man running around with, come on. What street shit do he do, bro? This is a street nigga. You already know what happened. Everybody know what happened. We're talking about APRocky, bro. The case of Dior, like, come on, stop it.
I'm just trying to know, because I fuck with you heavy, bro. That you guys always mad every time, nigga. And I fuck with you.
I'm trying to let people know, and the ones who's close by him, this ain't no, he ain't no gangster. Oh, bro, this ain't no gangster. If this was a gangster, this would be him in the streets.
So how niggas
They
like,
got 3 or 4 bodyguards on 24/7.
so that's the next one, bro. Like, niggas go, what you feel like? I'm not just
Oh, he's finished. He's finished.
Why not just ask for the bag, or, you know?
I tried to.
I want the court to understand that I will absolutely finish, Your Honor, by 5:30. I will be done. So I'm just asking the court, because I need to ask these questions. I'm asking the court for the same leeway that the defense got with Relli, who was on the stand for 5 days. So I will be done, I promise, by 5:30. So I'm just asking, as I'm asking these questions, that if there's a legitimate objection to say, the court is asking to move on for the legitimate objection.
Because there comes a point where it appears to me that you fully explored the issue, and it is time to move it. You are accomplishing what you are intending to accomplish.
Okay.
And there's no reason to keep on that same issue. And again, at the end of the case, when you argue to the jury, when Mr. Tacopina argues to the jury, argue reasonable inferences.
Well, the problem is I need to confront the witness with what I'm saying. So I'll be done by 5:30, Ron. So before that. You have my word. If I'm not, you can stop me. With no argument, nothing back. So, what did you mean where it says, do you feel me, like, why not squash this shit? What does that mean?
Didn't I answer this? I think it meant to mediate the situation and find a resolution.
It meant to keep this, you then say, right before, you said, what's next though, bro? Like, and go to court? You're telling him what's gonna happen is, this case is gonna end up in court, and you're telling him you want to squash it before it gets to court, correct?
I'm asking him what his process was, and he's telling me.
Okay, good.
Bro, you don't actually back up extortion, bro.
Hold on, sorry. Does everybody understand that you don't have page 16 in your transcript? It's going to be up on the screen. All right,
I think make it a little bigger. And we need to.
Did everyone see it or no?
No, you can't see it.
are you able to eliminate the
Yes.
picture
Yes.
and center it? Can you make it bigger?
I can.
Can everyone see it
How
now?
about that?
Also, it's also right behind, to your right. Your Honor, if jurors, if it's easier for them to see, can they stand and see?
Sure, yes.
On, if that's easier.
All right.
When you got somebody that's shooting at you, you gotta look like I'm smart, bro. You gotta understand I'm not no dumb black nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ask for a guy without a lawyer for extortion. You feel me? You're gonna do everything accordingly. Everything accordingly, or it's gonna catch up with you. I feel bro.
And this is right after this call, you called the defendant, told him what it transpired.
I'm trying to think if niggas can like help out.
Correct?
What you said?
Right after you finish this call, you call the defendant, you tell him, here's what's going on, here's what Relli said.
Right.
When's the next time you talked to Relli after that?
Didn't we answer that? I think it was August 2022, right?
So what you're saying is now, whenever you call him, you got that tape recorder ready to go, right?
Well, I think you're missing what I'm telling you.
Motion to strike is non-responsive. Listen to my question. So what you're saying is, the next time you call him, you got that tape recorder ready to go, is that right?
He called me multiple times and I missed that call back.
Motion to strike is non-responsive.
Jamie, what he's asking you is a yes or no. Gotcha. So go ahead and ask it again.
The next time you call him, in August 2020, that's the next time you spoke to him, correct?
Correct.
And you have the tape recorder ready to go, correct?
No.
Did you take one?
Yes.
So you were able, he calls you, I'm sorry, you call him. You made a call, right?
Yes, back.
Motion to strike is non-responsive.
I didn't do it.
He said back instead of he's asking.
Back.
Well,
It does
the
not.
whole answer is non-responsive. It calls for yes or no.
Did you call him back?
Yes.
And when you called him back, you immediately were recording what he was saying, correct?
Yes.
All right, let's play the next call, please.
All right, I'm gonna ask some Mark for transcript for the first part of the August 16, 2022 call, and the 30.
Which is the first part? Because there's two August 16th transcripts.
There, the first part is the audio file is IMG_07942. So it ends with a 2.
That's the first part?
And so that, the transcript for that audio clip will be 30. And I have copies for
I agree. This guy's hanging in there. Wally's a good witness. Hanging tight.
yours will pass up. The staples aren't totally flat, so don't poke yourself on them. Everywhere. Anybody have a transcript? Yes.
Yo, shit again. Shit, man, we back. Shit, man. I just hopped on the computer and shit. I was looking at the links and shit. You know what you want to do, or you want me to hit them kids? Yeah, shit. Just I'll be the one from Rolling Stone, all those other publications. Just pick the top one. It's probably like TMZ or some shit. And when I give it, I know I'm gonna try that. You for sure. I'm just trying to get that shit to you for me. So you got it's a lot. Yo, what's your overall thoughts on this shit though? Like coming from that, like you looking with Rocky, like fuck all that other shit. You know, bro. Bro, like you don't even know I'm talking to you, bro. So like real talk, like.
So on page 2, you start off by telling him, you suggest right off the top that you're going to submit those links. Those are links to the media stuff that you and Relli talked about, correct?
Correct.
So you're telling him you're going to get his story out into the media, is that right?
Yes, what he wanted.
But in actuality, while you're doing this, you're taping him, and after this call, you're going to tell the defendant exactly what he told you, is that right?
Correct.
And in fact, on page 3, you straight lie to him, and you say, bro, like you feel me, because ends don't even know I've been talking to you, bro. You're saying the defendant doesn't know that you're talking to him, correct?
Niggas doesn't mean the defendant. Niggas can mean people.
Listen, I'm not asking you what it can mean, I'm saying what it meant here, is you are
I'm telling you that.
I'm not asking for any education.
That's what he meant by it.
What I believe you meant by it, sir, was you are telling him that Rocky does not know that he's talking to you, correct?
I just answer that where niggas, another cultural.
They've only said 5 or 6 words in 3 hours of phone calls. But I do love we're getting to the cultural definition of nibbas. Here we go.
He's talking to you, correct?
I just answer that where niggas, another cultural thing.
Won't you explain to my responses?
Doesn't mean the defendant.
Just a minute.
Listen to my question. Isn't it true that by saying, in this time, during this conversation, not in general, when you say, bro, like you feel me, because ends don't even know I'm talking to you, bro, you are saying to him that the defendant does not know that you are talking to him.
No, and there's also plural there, so defendant is singular.
And right after that, you literally say, so like real talk, like I'm even trying to play both sides. That is referring to Relli and the defendant, correct?
I think I just answered where niggas to me in this.
Motion to strike is non-responsive. Please instruct the juror to answer the question being asked, or you won't go home today.
You mean the witness?
The witness, excuse me, yes, Your Honor. I'm being as big as I can, but what my question
It's
is.
very important that if he asks you a yes or no question, you ask yes or no, and don't volunteer it.
Sometimes you not answer.
I understand that.
So I try to get my.
Well, what he's asking is yes or no.
Can you ask again?
Isn't it true that when you said, bro, like you feel me, because ends don't even know I be talking to you, bro, so like real talk, like I ain't even trying to play both sides. You are saying to him that the defendant does not know that you are talking to Relli.
No. Just told you.
And that's not what it meant. So you're saying, no, that's not what it meant.
No, because I literally just told you.
Stop. The objection sustained. Then ask him what you did mean.
So I want to ask you what you meant specifically by that comment, and I'm not asking for a general statement about mediation. What did you specifically mean by that those words in that comment?
People, friends, niggas with an S is plural didn't mean the singular to the defendant.
So what did it mean when immediately after that you say, I ain't even trying to play both sides? What side are you talking about?
Which line are you saying? So I can read.
It's directly after what I just read you, page 3.
Yeah,
Lines 8, and it goes through 12.
yeah, that line doesn't have to do with the first one, right? It's just me saying within the mediation, I'm not trying to take both sides.
And by both sides, you mean the defendant and Terell, correct? Those are the two sides.
Correct.
So when you are saying, I ain't even trying to take both sides, right after saying that basically ends don't even know that I'm talking to you, bro, you are saying the defendant does not know that I'm talking to you, and I'm not trying to take sides.
Objection has the answer sustained.
Go ahead.
I ain't even trying to play both sides. I'm just a genuine nigga that means well, you feel me? So like, I honestly think it just looks like bad on both y'all niggas' names. You feel me? Like, it don't even matter. Like, real shit, it don't even matter how, like, what went on. It's like, really what the...
See, I'm not even looking at it like a person's name. I'm looking at the circumstances. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cause I'm still gonna understand. I even still try to
introduction to people's to John and all of that. Like I could have went straight to the boys and did all that extra shit in the beginning, you know what I mean? Yeah. Nah, really, bro. I just think that his fame and his legacy, and how my lawyers.
What was just played, where Terell told you that he didn't even reach out to the boys originally. You agree? He's telling you that he didn't reach out to the police originally.
Can you start referring to the line so I can read what you're reading?
Sure.
Probably.
Sure.
Your Honor, objection lacks foundation, speculation, by personal knowledge. He can't speak to what the witness, speaking what the other witness.
Well, Mr. Jimmy just asked to be referred to a line, so do that. Mr. Jimmy. Which line are you referring to?
Point moment, Your Honor.
And on page 4?
Lines 2 through 5, Your Honor. With respect to the objection, the witness has repeatedly stated that I can't understand what exactly he means in these conversations. So I have to ask him because he refuses to acknowledge the plain words.
You're entitled to ask.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, that's Terell Ephron.
Is it true that what Terell was telling you was that he tried to keep the police out of it and handle it without their involvement?
Your Honor, again, objection, same objection, speculation, lack of foundation. He can't speak with what's in the.
Hold on.
That's what he said. Can't tell you what he meant.
But the way you took that is he's telling you, hey, I could have went straight to the boys. That means I could have went straight to the police, correct?
Yeah.
Okay? But he says he did all that extra shit from the beginning. So he's telling you, I could have done that, but I didn't. That's what he's saying, correct?
That's what he said.
Okay.
I could be sorry, Your Honor, I think it's close to a response.
Okay, prosecute.
Things and his legacy, and how my lawyers were saying, it's the fact that it's just my skin color. People thinking that I'm supposed to be on a certain, which is crash, people expect white people to be crash test them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, you a hood nigga. Oh, you supposed to be like this. What?
Yeah, what you think? I think niggas should just resolve that shit peacefully, quietly. You feel me? And just
that's what I tried.
I feel it.
I tried. He didn't even reach out to me or nothing. This is nothing. He's still thinking that this shit is a joke. He's gonna find out when he goes to preliminary hearing, and that's when he's gonna try to. His people are gonna try to reach out because they're gonna realize how bad this shit is. You know what I'm saying?
How much money you looking for?
It's not how much I'm looking for. It's what I'm suing for. What stands in the bracket to what it is.
I feel.
You know what I'm saying? But it comes with a lot. It comes with a lot of different reasons. It's 4 different lawsuits.
I feel what you thinking. How you thinking that shit look though? You feel me?
What you mean?
Just from the perspective of just outside looking in. You feel me?
I feel good because I know who it is. I know you never looked out for nobody. He really not who people think they when the smoke cleared. He's not that person. You get what I'm saying? So if he would have did, you gotta understand. I knew Rocky before anybody. He knew my brother died. He knew I was fucked up. He knew Tom Hanks was fucked up. He know a lot of people. He know everybody's situation. This man is into 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He come around, he tell you he gonna fix shit, and he don't even have to put money to fix shit. And then guess what? You're gonna see Rocky for another 6 months. He got new bodyguards, he in new situations. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. He allowed people to sleep so much. How can he even feel sympathy? You get what I'm saying? Because when do I get my sympathy? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't just take a couple heads and chill. You feel me?
It's not to me. That's not the way how it goes. When you do a lawsuit, I try to do it that way. You see what he said when I said you that was your court.
Yeah, I feel it. How about now? You feel me? How about now? You feel me?
It's too late. It's too late. My lawsuit is filled in already with the when I went to the lawyers, the lawyers filed gave the police the evidence, but you can't sue somebody with circumstances like that without criminal actions because it's such a heinous crime.
So it's when you could withdraw a lawsuit type of shit and then, or just settle type of shit, you feel me?
No, he would settle and then that means that I wouldn't go to court or wouldn't do anything and he have to go against the state and it would be way less. Yeah, man. So that's attempted murder. It's not like me and you strung together. We had an argument and then the fight broke out and the gun came out. he purposely knew what he was doing. When you purposely know what you're doing, that's a whole different ballgame. You get what I'm saying? And I'm still feel sympathetic to this man because I know that. I know what he's out there enduring. But he told me fuck off, go to the police. He told me this type of shit. If I was to put that out, when I sent you, if I was to put that out to the world, bro, they would laugh at him. I'm not the toughest nigga in the world. I don't know too many gangster niggas that's gonna come at me. He's a millionaire, bro. That shit come from anywhere. He decided to fire on me. That was the worst thing ever. He should ask somebody who did that because when you do that, that means not only are you jeopardizing your career, you're jeopardizing yourself and everybody you around. So you gotta take that threat out because that's the only way I would think. Yeah, man. Like, who gets cool after somebody firing on you 5 times, bro? Nobody. Yeah. Even if niggas like settle, you feel me? Like, then that actually come out. Then that come out then because I can put it up, and that's what I'm signing the NJ for, and that's what my lawsuit takes place. You get what I'm saying? So why don't niggas just do that? Like, you don't even he's waiting to go to the very hearing because you don't know. Rocky don't even know the shit I sent you like that. I mean, I'm probably talking to that shit and figure out, you know, like. So I don't even want to know message with it like that because he had it, bro. I hope he gets to reach out to me, bro. I'm not the hardest person to reach. You get what I'm saying? He chose to do that. Like, when you see what I just sent you the other day, we acted off of me getting up John to try to figure out what we're going to do here before I even get up on you or anything. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you don't want to hear nothing from nobody, bro, until like some people was like that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, shit. And I don't want to jeopardize what you have going on, anything that you spoke to me. Like, don't even put yourself involved in this shit, bro. Plus, I start looking at you for you. I don't need you feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just trickled down at everywhere, you feel me? Like, you feel me?
I've asked Mark the second portion of his call, the transcript as people 31.
All right, this is what's, the audio is IMG0794.
Well, yes.
All right, so the last transcript is 31.
And it is a short, much shorter call. That was part 2. This one's 07942. This one's 07942. Oh, yeah. Yes.
This is part of the August 16th call?
Yes. I think it's, as he said, the end of the call, he had to cut it up.
I'm trying to think of things to like help out and like try to talk to the nigga. You told me to like, bro, he's not even a total person, bro. I'm be honest, especially with this type of shit in mind. You got 2 more days, so you gotta quit. I mean, I can probably talk to him and shit and figure out, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even want to know message with him like that because he had it with it, bro. I had a way to get to reach out to me, bro. I'm not the hardest person to reach. You get what I'm saying? He chose to do that. Like, when you see what I just sent you the other day, we acted off of me getting up John to try to figure out what we're going to do here before I even get up on you or anything. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you don't want to hear that from nobody, bro. It's to like some people was like that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, shit. And I don't want to jeopardize what you have going on, anything that you spoke to me. Like, don't even put yourself involved in this shit, bro. Plus, I can start looking at you for you. I don't need you feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just trickled down at everywhere, you feel me? Like, you feel me? Everybody's career who worked for him. You feel me? So everybody who works for him, but he did that because he's stingy, bro. I can't not do what I'm doing and think about everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta worry about myself and worry about what happened to me. He wasn't thinking about nobody. Everybody's feeling like that, but then when it comes out, the niggas are gonna really start hanging him because, bro, why would you do that? Why would you put yourself out there and do something like that where it's unforgivable, bro? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, say something like, it was a fight, you punch me, I can sue you, you don't go to jail, bro, you fired on me. Yeah, niggas not trying to go to jail, that's what I'm saying. Like, niggas are constantly resolute. But they thinking about how much you want to get and shit, you don't even know. I already know. I'm here 30 hours. Yeah. That's crazy, son. That's crazy. Yeah, 30 hours. That's why I'm not like, you tell me I'm a smart nigga, bro. I was gonna say, well, what the cops gonna say, you feel me? Because niggas are out of jail type shit, like, He's gonna have to deal with that, his political ties and everything else. And once I walk away, when I get my cash, the case is me. He could. It's just like a domestic violence case. If he was to hit your bitch and your bitch was to keep on going through with the situation, you go down. But if you're not there, then you go against the state and it's way weaker. At the court, she was going on that court. You feel me? Like the reason that was against the state type of shit. If I'm not there, if he pays me out, through my lawsuit, I'll walk away. So they can find me because I'm doing another highway scratch. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be scrambling to find me because now they have to go against Rocky, the state. And here they have evidence and saying that they're not going to be the same when we present it to the jury. You don't have a complaining witness. You get what I'm saying? So now they're going to have to open a deal.
You repeatedly, during this conversation, kept going back to saying things like, and
So, yeah, chat, I don't understand why the state thinks this helps them, where Relli's routinely admitting, hey, guys, if I get my money, I'll be fucking gone. Like, I don't understand why the state thinks that's going to help them here. This is really bad testimony from Relli, that he really was about all the money and all he did was want to get paid. Like, I don't understand why they think this helps. This is really bad still. This is still really bad stuff. Also, do you guys want to watch, after this is over, do you want to do locals or do you want to do like a riot stream and we'll watch on YouTube? Because it looks like they're about to round up the protesters in LA. So it sounds like it's going to get fun. Let me know what you guys want to do.
drop the shit, meaning the lawsuit, correct?
Yes, you know, I'm in the situation.
Would you agree that with what I just played to you, there are approximately 10 different times where you suggest to Relli that he could drop this shit, drop the lawsuit? Would you agree?
It was an option to mediate the situation, right?
Would you agree that in what I just played to you a moment ago, this is on page 4 of the last transcript, he says, like, this ain't something like it was a fight and punching you. I could sue you. You're going to jail, bro. You're firearm me. And you respond, yeah. Ends not trying to go to jail, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, ends to find some resolution. You are saying to him that APRocky doesn't want to go to jail, and you are saying you want to find a resolution that involves money, correct?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying when people are charged with things, if they're not guilty or if they're guilty, sometimes their repercussion is jail. And let me finish. And I personally don't like seeing people go to jail. So,
do you have a problem with people going to jail if they shoot at somebody?
no.
You don't want to go to jail because of that, correct?
No, if you're guilty of a crime, you should go to jail within the justice system, right?
So your position is, I just want to be clear, because you said both. Your position is that if APRocky is guilty, if he did this, then he should be convicted.
Objection.
He's already said in his written speech, he said previously that he did not want anybody convicted of any crime where they went to jail. This goes to that was the first 5 minutes of his examination. I didn't clarify. So this goes to his bias and
Stop. These questions I can get it down.
Which question?
Can I just react? Make it valid?
Yes, definitely.
Isn't it true that whether he committed this crime or not, you do not want him to be convicted?
Objection.
Correct.
Let's go back.
I think I answered this. If you're committed of a crime, there's repercussions, guilty and not guilty.
You're not answering the question.
Listen to my question.
Okay.
If he committed this crime, isn't it true that even if that's correct, even if he committed the crime, you do not want him to be convicted?
If he committed a crime, then he should be convicted.
And you're saying that's what you want, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, you said that you were here to mediate, right?
I think I said it 10 times now.
Yeah, and mediate means you talk to both sides, right?
Yes.
So when you tried to mediate with Terell on May 12th, and then you called the defendant, tell me about the conversation you had with him where you were mediating.
Who's him?
Rocky. Tell me about that conversation.
It's argumentative and he's yelled at.
Oh, no.
Well, the conversation is I'm hearing his side.
And what was his side? What did he say?
He really just said it was just an argument and they felt differences between situations.
He admitted to you that he had shot at Relli, correct?
Incorrect.
Did he ever tell you during that conversation, hey, listen, it was a prop gun? Did he ever say that?
No.
Well, if you're trying to mediate and you're trying to figure out a resolution, and you talk to one party and you've heard what they have to say, then don't you have to go back to APRocky and say, hey, listen, Relli is saying you shot him. Did you not say that to him?
Mediating sometimes is hearing both sides and giving some options.
So what was the side he gave you for what happened? What did Rocky tell you happened?
I just told you.
No, I want to know specifically, what exactly did he say happened?
The objection is there a reason he's yelling at the witness?
What exactly did he tell you happened?
I don't recall the specifics. I just told you the general overview.
You don't recall the specifics of whether APRocky told you whether he shot the defendant or not, or the victim or not? You don't recall that?
No.
Yes, answer.
So he might have told you that he shot the victim, you just don't remember, is that correct?
Incorrect.
Well, so you just said you don't remember, now you're saying, no, you didn't tell me that he shot him. So if you don't remember, how do you know that's not what he said?
Well, I don't want to be wrong.
Well, so that's what I just told you.
Fair question.
As you sit here, sir, you said you were trying to mediate this dispute between Rocky and Relli. You talked to Relli, and Relli gave you a lengthy version of what happened on that November night, correct?
Correct.
So my question to you is, if you're going to mediate, you have to have asked Rocky what happened, correct?
Correct.
So what you're saying is, I asked him what happened, but I don't remember what he said, correct?
Correct. I said I don't remember the details.
And let me ask you, if he would have told you, hey, I shot with a prop gun, you would sure as heck remember that, wouldn't you?
Not necessarily.
So you would not remember if APRocky was saying, hey, everything Relli said is not true, I shot him with a prop gun.
I don't recall specifics.
So as you sit here, you would agree that you understand, as I'm asking this question, that if you admit that APRocky either told you he shot Relli or admitted that it wasn't a prop gun, you understand that will be very bad.
Objection to relevancy. I want this witness to understand it's bad for Rocky. You want that question?
That's not.
No speaking objections.
Oh, okay.
The question goes to bias. Bias
That's not about bias.
What's that?
That's not about bias. Listen to the question. It's asking for his opinion of what happened to him.
Sir, this is a long-standing objection.
The question is designed to elicit an answer, and the answer could go to bias and interest in the result of the trial.
Your question about that?
Yes.
So as you sit here, you would agree that you understand, as I'm asking this question, that if you admit that APRocky either told you he shot Relli or admitted that it wasn't a prop gun, you understand that will be very bad for him.
Fair question.
Yes, I understand.
Is it still your testimony that as you sit here, that you have testified as an unbiased witness? Is that your testimony?
Yes.
You said that you don't recall specifically what APRocky told you during this mediation, correct?
Correct.
Let me ask you something. Do you believe, as you sit here, whether it's true or not, do you believe that it is reasonable that you can have a mediation with APRocky about what happened during this incident, and you have no memory of what he told you? Does that sound reasonable to you?
Yes.
That sounds reasonable.
Yes.
Nothing further.
Was this a formal mediation, sir? Were you a mediator?
This is leading, this is direct examination.
Was this a formal, you just asked a million questions about this mediation. Were you performing a formal mediation?
No.
Okay. Now, let's get back to something. Sir, you were brought in here by the defense who authenticated 2 tapes, nothing more.
Objection is to leave.
Why were you brought in here by the defense?
To
That's an
verify,
all for speculation.
to verify audio that was sent by the victim that wasn't me or him.
Okay. That you heard Mr. Ephron say was fake?
Correct.
That's
Yes.
why you brought here?
Yes.
You were cross-examined for 2+ hours.
Objection, that's already been sustained.
Sustained.
So all those questions that you just asked for, how many minutes was, sir?
Objection, argument, question can't be considered.
The question hasn't been asked yet. The question hasn't been asked yet. It's premature.
Okay.
All the questions you just asked by Mr. Lou. Did he once ask you?
Objection, argument.
Did he ask the question?
You gotta let him finish the question.
Good.
You gotta let him finish the question. No, don't talk to each other.
Here's the question. Did Mr. Lewin asked you once, if you fabricated those tapes, like Mr. Ephron swore to the jury.
Objection, it's irrelevant, it's also outside the scope.
No, I never asked him.
Never asked you that. There's two things, by the way, on these transcripts that were played that I would like to just ask you about. I'm not going to replay them because I want to get back to your 5 minutes, okay? On page 7 of the transcript prepared by the district attorney, which was the May 12, 2022 transcript. If you find out, let me know, sir. So you have 1 second to that. May 20.
May 12, 2022, page 7?
Yes, sir. On the top, line 226. What does it say? Where Mr. Ephron says this was played right for you and the jury. Whether I crippled him because he's a multi-millionaire, bro. I'm not having nobody shoot at me where I'm taking it on the chin. And 2, I'm not about to spin on Rocky's block. I'm already a millionaire. And then you say N-word. See that?
Yes.
Okay. So there he's telling you he's a millionaire.
Yes.
Mr. Ephron. Are you aware that he testified in this courtroom that what he told you was not true there?
Objection, relevance, it's also improper.
Sustained.
On page 13 of the August 16, 2022 transcript, and it's the 974-2, like it's 974-2, so August 16, 2022. Page 13. Again, so this was played for you, the jury, and it's not played again, but I'll show you. The top attribution of Mr. Ephron, lines 2 through 6. Mr. Ephron said to you in this recorded call, he chose to do that, like, and you seen what I just sent you the other day, how he reacted off of me hitting up John, trying to figure out what we're going to do here before I even hit up a lawyer or anything. Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
And who do you understand John to be?
Rocky's own manager.
Okay. And he's saying here he hit up John before he even hit up a lawyer, right?
Yes.
Okay. The first question I asked you, one of the snippets I said to you earlier, and it was played in by the district attorney, and don't worry about the transcript, is that Mr. Ephron said to you, you heard this courtroom, well, when I was asking you questions in the saloon. You know what I'm saying? You asked for a bag without a lawyer, bro, it's called extortion. Remember that?
Yes.
When Mr. Ephron said to you, and you just heard it, I'm getting 30 M's, the VA won't find me, I'll be relaxing on an island. Were those words fake? Or was that a second?
That was inside home.
You didn't put those words in sound?
No.
This is outside the scope of cross, I never asked about any, I never asked about any actual whether the words were real or not.
All right.
It's outside the scope,
He's not gonna be able to come back for any more questions.
And are
Whether
you
it's outside the scope or not, it's a fair question.
Are you sure, sir? You didn't come here to authenticate these tapes. Did you get 2 business class tickets for 13-hour flights over the 30-second period?
Objection, leading and argument.
Not arguing.
It's leading.
It is.
Why'd you come here again, sir?
To verify lies that were told in my name.
Why?
Because audio was played to the victim and he was saying they were fake. So I wanted to confirm that they were real.
Thank you.
All right, no,
I have 2 questions, Jim. All right.
2? Okay, what's question number 1?
I
Question number 1 is?
Question number 1 is going to be, in answering the questions that you were just asked, does any of the questions, do they change what happened on the night of November 6th?
Objection. Yes, no.
The answer is obviously no.
Well,
Nothing is,
when you say it's obviously, no, it doesn't mean.
the question goes without asking, without saying. It can't change what happened in the past. Ask question number 2. It's an irrelevant question.
What hold you on?
He just got smoked. Oh no, chat. I just told him sit the fuck down.
On that witness stand, answer a question. Isn't it true that with every question you've been asked, you have been thinking, how is my answer going to impact whether or not that man is convicted? Yes or no?
No.
All right, folks, thank you again for staying over. We'll resume tomorrow at 10:30. Please don't discuss the case amongst yourself or anybody else, and we'll resume tomorrow.
Well, there we go, chat. It's done. So day 6 is in the books. That was an awful day for the prosecution. Let me tell you what. Absolutely garbage for the prosecution. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, and think about how long this day was. It was a 6-hour day, and there was only like 3 hours of actual testimony. Absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious for the state. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they think they're gonna do in this situation. I just don't know how they expect this to look good. This was not a. This was not a beneficial. This was not beneficial for the state. This was really bad. This was really bad. This was really, really bad, I think. I mean, this makes it easier for the jury to say not guilty. Screw all these guys. At this point. So I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, I'm just not impressed. Not impressed right now. Not impressed right now by the state. They are getting very combative. They're getting very loud. Like, this is not a good look. This is not a good look at all, guys. Like, this is not how you want to conduct yourselves. I mean, I would not want to be in their shoes right this second, because they just look very petty. They look like they're whining. They look like they're crying. You know, it's just, I just don't see how this helps them. I don't see how this helps them at all. Really, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not looking at this and saying, wow, I'm convinced these guys are acting awesomely. I mean, I'm just saying, chat. I'm not convinced at all. I'm just, yeah. It's just, this is not how you win. This is not how you win, and you're not getting a jury. I mean, this was probably one of the more sympathetic witnesses we've had so far. You know, other than like the Australian lady, but I mean, like, nobody's suspecting her of lying, but everybody else has had like no reasons to lie. Like, why are we screaming and, you know, jeering at these people? I don't get it. I don't get it from the state standpoint. Why are they treating these people like shit? I don't understand. And I don't really, I don't get it. I don't get it. So it's just been a complete disaster. Yeah, and the calmer he got, the more worked up. Yeah. So, yeah, they're losing. I think they're losing. I mean, this is even before like Rocky's testimony or like anything they're going to do is really come up, or challenging the gun stuff. This is an absolute disaster. It's an unmitigated disaster. So but yeah, it's just not good, chat. It's just not good. Jail says, what does the jury actually have to decide? They have to decide whether or not Rocky committed assault with a deadly weapon against Relli. The argument is that Rocky had an actual gun, and when he went boom, 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 Relli got hurt. And as a result of that gunfire and use of a deadly weapon, it's felony assault. Because in the indictment it says handgun, using a firearm. Rocky's argument is, I had a blank firing gun, and because there's a blank firing gun that doesn't shoot bullets, it's not a handgun under California law in the way it's listed. Therefore, I maybe only assaulted him, if anything at all. So that's the ultimate argument here. That's the ultimate argument here. So, could Relli testify again about the recorded phone call? Yeah, the state could call him as a rebuttal witness. Sure. They could definitely do it. They could definitely do it. They could definitely do it. So let's see here. What do we got? I'd say, guys, I'm trying to make sure I got some streams up ready for us to watch, and it looks like let me see here. So we're gonna do the we're gonna do some coverage of these ICE protests. I mean, I'm hoping they kind of get out of control, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. So we'll see. So we're gonna cover that for a bit and see what happens. I think we're gonna hold off on the Monday night stream tonight, chat. We're gonna do a bit of an audible here. So let's see here. Hold on, chat. I gotta fix this. All right, chat. Here we go. I had to get this all set up. Sorry, I was trying to finish up the stream things here. So let's see if it works out at all. All right. So, but yeah, I think this is over. I think this case is not going to end well for the state. I think they're going to lose at the end of the day here. So that's the good news. That's the good news here. If you guys are worried, Rocky's probably not going to get convicted. I just don't see how he does. I don't see how he gets convicted at this point. So hold on, chat. I messed up here. So there are reports of some cops getting fucked up so far and things going back and forth here. So, let's take a look here, see what you guys are saying. If anybody's got anything else to say. Vegas is fun, yeah. How many times have I said that? I don't know. Like I said, this is really bad. Skinny says, don't you actually have to get shot to claim you got shot? Well, he's claiming he got shot like on his knuckles or like the muzzle blast hit him, which that all counts as getting shot. So watching me tug my gum is disgusting. Oh, sorry. I forgot. No, sorry. My bad, chat. My bad. So sorry. Yes. Relli did admit to this being extortion on the entire phone call. He's admitted to that in the text messages too. Like, I think Relli is screwed in this. I think Relli is screwed there. So, anyways, we are gonna switch over, chat. I got the new you know what? Actually, wait, the protests are over. Never mind, we're just gonna go over to locals. If you guys want to join us over there, we'll be over at potentiallycriminal.locals.com. Use the promo code WHIPIT. You could join us for the show we're gonna do. We're gonna start it right now, so I'll see you guys over there. It looks like the crowd's dissipated. They all went home. They've all broken up in the last 10 minutes. So, they're not over, Ron, but they're breaking down. Or Tony, I'm not sure which one of you it is. It's breaking down now, so they need their siestas. So, all right, chat. Well, like I said, I will see you guys tomorrow. We will do day 7 of this, probably around the same time. And we will do a members only tomorrow night. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll hang out and hope to see you guys there. So, in the meantime, chat, take care. Remember, even if Rocky did it, I don't think he's guilty, but I don't know if he did it. I literally have no idea if he did it or didn't do it. That's just because I can't trust Relli. Do not trust Relli at all. So take care, chat, and I'll see you guys. Oh, and Skinny, well, you're welcome. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being here. Good. Hope I see you around more. Welcome to the show.
Weapons, blacksmithing, and models of planes, esoteric works, and even some trains. Much merriment had while drinking White Claws, tips on hunting, and even talking the law. Whatever you do, just don't talk to cops, even when they nab you on illegal stops. Just 'cause you did it doesn't mean you're guilty, but please talk to a local attorney. Was that the fat guy?